What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another Minnesota Wild and NHL hockey watch party. That is right. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button and subscribe. We do live play-by-play commentary, reaction, and of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. By the way, get your submission into the poll right now. Poll question is up. Shout out to Hockey from Home for suggesting the poll question. And after the first goal is scored, we'll change it up. So suggestions for the next poll question we will take throughout this stream as well. Let's set the like goal at 20 likes, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get right into this puck drop coming up next on the broadcast. And we have a fun one here today. Minnesota Wild still on the road, had a win against the St. Louis Blues earlier this week. Mind you, it was kind of a gritty win. Like, overall, I would say upon watching that game, I thought St. Louis, again, throughout the entire game, were the better team. I was nervous until the Wild had a 2-goal lead with 1 minute left. And I was like, okay, it took until 1 minute left in the game for me to be like somewhat confident in this team, but it is what it is. Get your score predictions in the live chat. Vote in the poll question. We'll check on the poll question here in a minute, but I actually got the score prediction right last stream. I said 4-2 for the Wild. And that's what happened with the empty netter being Caprizov getting the empty netter, of course. Yo, what's up, Nathan? Good to see you, buddy. Saying go Minnesota, go. He's saying go Minnesota. He's got a Toronto Maple Leafs sweater on, though. I'm not sure if I like that. What's up, Urban? Good to see you. Thank you so much, Hockey from Home. How have you liked the last few videos on that channel? Lineups. Let's see if anything changed. Oh, this one breaks my heart as someone who moved out to Minnesota from the West Coast. Someone who I was at the draft. I was at that particular draft when Paul Colson was drafted by the Vancouver Canucks, but alas, they gave up on him. And oh, look at that. He's on the top line now in Edmonton. It is what it is. Anyways, for the Minnesota Wild, Eriksson, Caprizov, Boldy. Yeah, okay. Look at that. Snowy streets of Edmonton. Looking more like a blizzard than even Minnesota right now. But anyways, puck's about to drop here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. First period. Let's get the stats up on screen. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys here. Marc-Andre Fleury getting the start here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Puck has dropped. 19:45 on the clock here in Wild. Already have the puck and already a shot from the Wild. Doesn't hit the net. Goes around the boards into the neutral zone. And we're going to get a face-off. Again, big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So this is the last stream of November. I promise. Uh-oh. Did my keyboard just die? Anyways, this is the last. I have a It's like wireless keyboard. I might have to plug in the other one. Anyways, last stream of November. We'll get the December schedule up tomorrow or the next day. Oh, and a goal already by the Oilers. Are you kidding me? 27 seconds in. 27 seconds in. I was literally about to get the ticker on the bottom of the screen that said 0-0. First period, and Leon Draisaitl already scores on Marc-Andre. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to see the replay for this. What the hell on the first shot? Oh, Fleury, what the hell? Fleury tried to play a little baseball up in this motherfucker. Fleury tried to play the puck and it trickles through the 5. Oh, come on, Marc-Andre, come on. Oh, no. Oh, Fleury tried to play it with the stick instead of... Well, no, I guess 9 times out of 10, Fleury, maybe even 9.9 times out of 10, Fleury does bat that up. But come on, this ain't no T-ball, Marc-Andre. This is not T-ball. Oh my goodness! And well, the Wild already put themselves behind. Emotional damage. 27 seconds. That's what it was, right? 27 seconds into this first period. In Edmonton too, which is a loud barn, and you can see like even the lower bowl hasn't filled out yet. I know there's been like snowstorms there in Western Canada these days, or recently anyways, but Most people, I think, are just getting the rest of their beer here because it sounds loud. Edmonton rips up through the neutral zone, a little dump and chase with a Wild. Break that up. Wild send that puck all the way down the other side. This should be icing, and it is. 1-0 for the Oilers, man. Fleury tried to play a little T-ball. Okay, I'll get right to you guys' chat here. Finally updating this ticker. Man. That's a little disappointing. That's a little disappointing. When is it going to start? It has started. 1844, Joey. 1844. Face off to the right of Marc-Andre. 4-3 OT. Wild is my prediction I went with. Shoot, I didn't even give my prediction, but now I'll say 5. I'll say 5-4. Actually, you know what? 4-3 Minnesota. 4-3 Minnesota. They'll come back. They'll come back. Overtime. Yeah, well, I don't think that had anything to do with skill. I think that had everything to do with just a bad decision. 18:29 on the clock. Wild in the Edmonton zone. They rip it around the net, and Edmonton gets back possession. Left side, Edmonton. Tried to make a play through the neutral zone. They can't. 18 on the clock. 4-1 Wild. Yes, thank you so much. 4-3 OT. Yeah. I'm in the same boat, hockey from home. 18:07. Wild. Good checking to keep that puck above the blue line and in the Edmonton zone. Trennan on the right side. Trennan looking to set something up here. And the Wild have it behind the net. Behind, shot in front of the Foligno. They score! Let's go! The bottom 6! And they answer, ladies and gentlemen. And they answer. Trennan around the right side. Gets it to Freddie Gaudreau. Freddie Gaudreau makes the good play to Foligno. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong this season, ladies and gentlemen. Our Lord and Savior, Freddie Gaudreau, he cannot do anything wrong. Oh, my goodness. All right, and we are back to square one. We are back to square one. Good to see Foligno. Oh, what a pass. What a pass by Freddie Gaudreau, man. He can do no wrong. He can do no wrong, I'm telling you. Oh, my goodness. Let's freaking go. Okay, I mean, I shouldn't even be this excited since, like, we're just getting back to square one, but still. But still, another assist for Freddie Gaudreau and Foligno. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Offside? No. Coach's challenge for offside. The Wild are, I think they've had 2 goals called back due to offside. So this is not good. This is not good. Oh, man, I didn't notice it. All right, we're taking a look right now. Oh, I mean, we can both be right. I think that's realistic. All right, the refs are looking at it right now. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you guys are watching on Twitter or Facebook, come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. Join our chat here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this is fine. And again, I'm not even being biased. I said yesterday, clearly the Wild got away with a high stick yesterday, and then I said the refs were wrong for letting that one slide. By the way, wearing the Subway jersey here today. Sucks it's Fanatics, but hey, I'll take it. Still pretty clean. Still pretty clean. Usually I wear the hoodie under it, but it's freaking heat jacked up here today, apparently. Caprizov and Boldy for sure. Hockey from home. And, well, Foligno's already got one. I'm not sure about the other one. The other one can be a wild card. We'll say fucking Middleton. Since he's on a little bit of a... He didn't score the last game, but it was close. Who was it who got the tip? Caprizov, was it not? Whoever got the tip goal. It must have been Caprizov. Anyways. Oh, it was offside. You got to be kidding me, bro. You got to be kidding me. Of course. So that's 3 times this season. 3 times this season that the Minnesota Wild have had goals called back due to being offside. Oh, my God. That was razor thin. Oh, okay, we are not back to square one, ladies and gentlemen. We are not back to square one. Edmonton Oilers back up a goal. Jeez. All right, face off. We're back in this. No more lollygagging. 17:59, and Foligno gets his goal called back. That would have been his second goal of the season, or it would have been his fourth goal of the season. 6 point. Edmonton, right side above the circle, shot. There's a save by Marc-Andre. And the Wild can't hold on to it through the neutral zone. Fighting for it. Trickles into the corner, around the net. Wild have it left side. Good forecheck by Edmonton. Edmonton picks the Wild's pocket, but reinforcements coming in there. Wild send it through the neutral zone. Right side. Minnesota all the way. All the way into the zone. Wild get a change. Top line back out there. Boldy. Oilers get ready to break out. Top line out there for Minnesota. Just a little dump and chase action here for Edmonton. But McDavid with it. And McDavid tries to send it to the right side of Marc-Andre, but that puck is picked away and now battling in the neutral zone. Wild get it back. Brodin, Spurgeon sends it up the blue line. Caprizov, backhand. Eriksson Ek doesn't get it around the boards completely, but Brodin was able to get that puck back, and Caprizov has it. Wild haven't really been able to organize here, just trying to keep that puck in the zone, and Edmonton has it. Wild forced to check on the boards. Now everyone looking for it. Puck trickles to an Edmonton player, 2-on-2. Nice zone entry. Shot. Little draw pass, doesn't get through in the Wild zone. Shot from outside the circle and a save, and Marc-Andre Fleury is going to cover that one up. 16:07 on the clock. And we're going to face off to his right. Yo, what's up, Hockey from Home 2 and Hockey? What's up, Andrew? Good to see you. You know Hockey from Home. You already know. I don't know why you're asking me. You're watching this game. You know. It was Leon Draisaitl, Hockey from Home, but it was kind of just a broken play where Marc-Andre Fleury tried to hit the puck with the stick, and he bumblefucked it, for lack of a better term, and it went through the 5-hole. Edmonton with possession, unable to get a clean shot, goes up, and Rossi with it. Rossi sending it into the neutral zone, trying to find a man, and he does for a moment, but bouncing puck goes right back to the defender. Middleton back to Faber. Faber, right side. Tip in, and Stuart Skinner controlling it. Not a clean pass, and Wild send it right back into the Edmonton zone. The game, I mean, a little weird so far, Andrew. A little bit of a weird start to the game, but Edmonton's up a goal, and they'll take it. They'll take it. Okay, Hockey from Home. Draisaitl. Edmonton, nice job weaving through a lot of the Wild team there. Shaw doesn't get through, and now the Wild coming up left side. Johansson dumping in. Gaudreau keeping it alive. Gaudreau cannot do any wrong, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, McGeesh? They lose it, and Edmonton will chip it into the Wild zone. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here today. We will get, like I said, the December schedule up very, very soon, I promise. But this is our last stream in November. Thank you to everyone who's been joining us throughout November. It's been a good November and a good October for the Minnesota Wild. Here, 14:43 on the clock. We're going to face off to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury, and the Wild win the face-off here, which is good. The Wild weren't winning many face-offs against the St. Louis Blues, but trouble getting out of the zone. But then there it is. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Keeps that puck alive in the neutral zone, and Wild able to get it into the up the ice. Edmonton back at a nice passing play by Edmonton through the neutral zone. Wild crowd up that center lane, but somehow Edmonton still squeaks through and gets a shot on Fleury. Fleury's been sharp since that bumblefuck of a goal he let in early, and that was Draisaitl, no less, as well. I mean, the Wild have looked good, like setting up, getting their defense set up too, as they escape back when Edmonton attacks through the neutral zone, but still Edmonton's seeming slicing through them like butter, making it look easy here, especially this top line. 14:21 on the clock. Good job by the top line getting that puck in. And a shot by Eck. Rebound. Can they get that through? And puck still alive. Still jamming away at it. And finally, we have a whistle. 14:10 on the clock. I wonder if they're going to keep that first line out on the ice. Eriksson Ek and actually chatting with a few guys here. Boldy talking with Bouchard. Oh, yeah. Shot there by Ek, and there's the rebound, and everybody digging for it. Oh, Boldy was so close on that one. Yeah, I have a lot, Andrew. I just haven't had time to edit the ones that I filmed, and then I have like 4 or 5 more that I have to like actually drink. I was hoping to like do them with a few others to collaborate, but they've been busy, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do them myself. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Hockey from Home. Appreciate you. 14:05 in the Wild, right side, trying to hold that puck in the corner. And it trickles down to the neutral zone. Wild still have it, and the top line did stay out. Eck has it left side. Try to find Boldy in front of the net, and Boldy unable to capitalize, but Boldy still have it behind the net. Boldy to Caprizov. Or sorry, to Eck, but that gets deflected. 2-on-2 through the neutral zone, and puck trickles all the way down the ice. Fleury sends it behind the net, and the defense gets it back. Hey, what's up, B? Good to see you. One is my idea. One is I keep hearing about, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, I like a good old tease. How you doing, B? Good to see you. See you later, Hog from Home. 13:21 on the clock. And a shot from Edmonton. And we get a whistle on that one. Nice save by Fleury. I don't even know what that is, Hog from Home. Oh, Hog, you keep asking when I'm coming back to Canada. I'm not coming back to Canada anytime soon. So I have no idea, but I will let you know. I'll let you know. But there are no dates right now. So there's no plans just yet, but eventually, sometime in 2025. That's all I can tell you. Maybe spring, maybe early summer. I don't know. We'll see. Sounds good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to be back in Canada for New Year's. Commercial break right now, guys. Commercial break. So Andrew was asking how this game was going so far. So this is how it's been going down, Andrew. This is how it's been going down. The Edmonton Oilers score on their first shot. It was like Leon Draisaitl was the last one to touch the puck in front of the net. He was checked. It was an easy save for Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury tried to play the puck instead of just like crowding it. And he went to, bat it like this is freaking softball or some shit. And he bumblefucked and went right through the 5-hole. Edmonton scores. Then the Wild actually bounced back pretty quick. A couple minutes after, nice play by Freddie Gaudreau to Foligno. Foligno scores, and then it's called back because the play was originally offside. That was the 3rd time this season that the Wild have had goals called back due to being offside. So, unfortunately, hanging in there. No kids tonight. Not sure what to do with myself. Let me know when a fight breaks out. Yes, I will be. I will for sure. And thank you so much for supporting the other channel. Appreciate you. Excited for... There's some good fights this weekend. There's some good fights. Sounds good, Hockey from Home. Yeah, no, I can't wait to do a BC road trip and drink beer. Not while driving. At my stops before I go to bed. Damn, Hockey from Home made a spreadsheet and everything. Let's go. Who, Andrew? Hockey from Home? Well, she's here. Well, I was saying I'm not going to get drunk, Hockey from Home. I'm just going to try a bunch of beers. There's a difference. You're Canadian. You should know this. All right, here we go. To the right of Marc-Andre Fleury, we have a face-off. Smash that like button, guys, if you're watching on Twitter and or Facebook. What are you doing with your life? Come over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We post full podcasts of various podcasts under the Sota Pod network, under our brand. as well as clips from every podcast and original content. Speaking of beer content as well on the channel. Wild win the faceoff and get the puck to the neutral zone, battling for it here. They have the top line, and puck goes all the way down the ice, forcing Marc-Andre to play it. Marc-Andre Fleury to the right side. Edmonton continuing to pressure. Faber, Middleton. Wild, they're able to poke that the length of the ice, but Edmonton has it. They're looking to break out. Edmonton, right side. They're going to slap shot. Oh, shoot. Right outside the blue line, too. Right on Marc-Andre Fleury. And yeah, he ain't playing this one. Ain't no baseball, ain't no T-ball going in this one. He covers that one up. Still not doing good, Andrew? Why is that? Peace. I'm out. We're going to sell so much shirts talking from home. We're going to sell so many shirts this Christmas. Peace, I'm out shirts. I'm launching them tomorrow. It's going to be great. 12:43 on the clock in the Wild. Don't quite win that face-off. And Edmonton doesn't get that shot through on the right side. I don't believe you're going to buy one, Hockey, but please do. 12:31. Fighting for it on the boards. 2-on-2 here, digging for it. Can the Wild get it back? And Bogosian does get it around. Chisholm gets it to the Wild, and 2 through the neutral zone. And here we go. Johansson with speed. Johansson with a shot that goes up and wide. It's going to be very simple, Hog, from him. Peace, I'm out. Not much to it. Not much to a peace, I'm out text. 12:14. Edmonton Oilers, 7 shots. Minnesota 2, and Edmonton lead as well. And again, some of these shots were just plays that Minnesota was in the right spot, but whether it was not moving their feet enough or just Edmonton being that slick, able just to tear through that like perfect positioning and defensive plays with ease. The Wild lose the puck in the offensive zone. Nice pass to center by Edmonton, and not good enough though, because they try to chip that in. That's going to be icing. Nice, Kenny. What's going on in those streams? I did see he was live. How you doing, buddy? We'll give you one of these. Oh, thank you, Hog from home. Peace. I'm out. 12:02 on the clock. And the Wild, unable to hold on to that puck in the offensive zone. The Wild send it back to the defender. Nice long pass to the neutral zone. Wild still have it back to the defensive right side. Spurgeon. Brodin has it. Brodin dumps it in. Wild did get in there deep, but lost it. That trickles back, but Brodin with it back to Spurgeon. How you doing, Kenny? How's your week going, brother? Yeah, that's crazy talk. Hockey from home. Edmonton gets the puck back in their zone behind the net. Wild pressuring, but on the right guys. And Edmonton, some good passing plays here, but that gets broken up. Kind of some sloppy zone entries for both of these teams. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big hat, Kenny. And Minnesota able to keep the puck in, and just when I say that, it bounces out neutral zone right side. Nice draw pass for the Oilers. Oilers send that around the boards. Wild pressuring. Great job on defense. Some good passing plays by the Oilers again, but Wild, good job getting in those lanes. Oilers have it back to the blue line. Shot. We have a nice save by Marc-Andre. I think that actually went up. Oh, why do I believe you, Kenny? Deal, Hockey from home. Deal. That's a good way to get the PO box, which I still have to make. But that's a good that's good incentive. That's good incentive. Face off to the left of Marc-Andre Fleury. 10 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. A lot of whistles in this one. Not a lot of flow to this game. Neither of the teams have really successfully been able to cycle the puck for any lengths of time upon gaining the offensive zone. It's been, they get it and just the other team pounces. Even right now, Caprizov back to Boldy. Brodin got back to Caprizov, but a good 2-on-1, but he gets it back to the blue line. Can a shot and score? Boldy, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that wasn't even like a clean cycle. They weren't even moving the puck with ease. They were mostly trying to keep it in the zone. Boldy gets it center lane, and another goal by Matthew Boldy. 11th goal of the season, ladies and gentlemen, for his 20th point. He's second in scoring for this team, both in goals and points. Brodin tried to find Caprizov there. And Boldy. Oh, man. I don't know if that was under the left arm of Stuart Skinner or if that was above his left shoulder, but that was sick, ladies and gentlemen. That was sick. And now we're back to square one. It took friggin' half a period, but we're back at square one, ladies and gentlemen. And Boldy. People keep saying he's overrated. I don't know what the hell these people are talking about when this guy is 23, right? 23 years of age. Came into the National Hockey League. Boom, first year, 15 goals, 39 points in 47 games. Second year, 31 goals, 63 points. Third year, 29 goals, 69 points, and already has 10 goals on the season. Overrated my ass. Overrated my ass, bro. 9:20 on the clock. Minnesota has the puck as they finish their change. Middleton. I have no idea what time yet, Hockey from Home. But it will be up there this weekend. Either tomorrow or first thing Saturday. Peace. I'm out. 8:57. People in the hockey chat will start to get it when they see Hockey from Home say peace, I'm out 1,000 times and then never leave. Hockey from Home can't wait. 8 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock. Yes, regular season Boldy scores. Well, in fairness, no Wild players score in the playoffs because the Wild don't make the playoffs or they get booted in the first round. So, not the best argument, Swerve. Swerve wants to hate Boldy so bad, ladies and gentlemen. But we all know it's his favorite player. We all know Boldy's his favorite player. How's it going, Swerve? 8:23 on the clock. 8:19. I don't believe you, Hockey from Home. 8:08. Both teams change again. Edmonton looking for a zone entry. Wild spring. Oh, did that hit the post? They spring the player on the left side. I don't know if it was blocked. I don't know if it was blocked by Edmonton or if that hit the post, but that was a beautiful shot. Wild still have it. 7 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. That's right. Shore's playing tonight for the Wild. Devin Shore. God, I forgot Devin Shore was still in the league. 7.5 to go in the first period, ladies and gentlemen. Wild start to break out. Right side. Oh, was that a tripping call? The ref was there. Didn't see it. I certainly didn't see it either, but saw him go down, so had to ask, but Boldy has it now. Boldy keeping that puck in the zone, getting into his man around the boards, but Caprizov lost it. Edmonton looking to break out. Bottom six scoring would be so helpful. Yeah, I mean, Foligno, in fairness, he did score. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong. Freddie Gaudreau, I mean, our Lord and Savior, did set him up for a beautiful goal, but it was called back due to offside. Battling in the neutral zone. Edmonton gets it back. McDavid now right side. McDavid looks back, finds defense on the blue line. Shot didn't get through. Another shot there, and now puck trickling up front, and Marc-Andre Fleury rolling around, looking to reset. Edmonton still has it. There's like 2-on-1 McDavid. Unable to finish their pass. There was Draisaitl on the Wild. Get it out of their zone. Wild. Spring Faber. Faber has a right side shot, and that goes off the stick of an Edmonton player up and not out of bounds. Is that still in play? Wild keeps this puck in. Able to hold it. Foligno. Nice hit up against the boards, but they lose the puck. Bogosian gets it back right side and just fires that puck in. Foligno with it. Foligno right side. Foligno loses it. Puck triggers the blue line, sent back in. Edmonton has it, though, and they finally get that out. They backhand it up. And the Wild are going to break out again. Good effort there by Fred Gaudreau again. Man, what a tremendous season for Freddie. Hockey, like you're really overestimating this merch. It's literally just text that says "Peace, I'm out." It's a meme shirt, Hockey from Home. Damn. And finally, there was a lot of battling for that puck there, and finally Edmonton comes out free with it. Yeah, but Hockey from Home, there's not a lot to design to it. It's just "Peace, I'm out." You know what I'm saying? Wild trying to get this out of their zone, battling in the corner, around again. And Brodin sends it to Johansson on the right side. Johansson with a shot again. A couple shots here from Johansson. I like that. Skinner was able to see that one the whole time, but he's been active. You can't take my shirt, Hockey from Home. That's a good one. I'm going to break into your house, though. TV timeout here, and we are tied, ladies and gentlemen, back to square one. There are some key takeaways in this one, and I think we're having Seth Topol jump on between periods. We'll also take your comments between periods. Yes, Seth will be here, ladies and gentlemen. Seth will be here between periods to take your guys' comments. We will give our takeaways from each period, as well as talk about what we think the Wild need to adjust, what we think might work, and what hasn't been working for them throughout the periods. And like I said, comments for Seth, questions for us. I know Urban already has one. Hey, my boy Will Bryant at the game right now. Let's go. 18-year-old who's not 18, I think he's like 24 now. Will Bryant. He's working for the Medicine Hat Tigers, so he's been calling games that Ryder Ritchie's been ripping up recently, as well as Gavin McKenna, who's going to be an absolute stud in the National Hockey League in a few years. I didn't copy you, Hockey from Home. I jumped on an opportunity that you didn't jump on. No, Hockey from Home, I'm sorry. Do a poll on the Wild score on a power play tonight. I guess I should. Yeah, since we've already had the first goals. That's a great that is a great poll suggestion. Thank you so much. We always want to take your guys' poll suggestions as well, guys. Hawk from Home. Shout out to Hawk from Home. Peace, I'm out. But she never pieces out. We want the watch time, so don't peace out. What was I even saying there? Oh yeah, she suggested the poll question to start off this stream, but we'll adjust it here. All right, we're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, never mind, we're not back at it. They just showed the Boldy goal. Everyone said you were right. All right, Wild win the faceoff. Wild right side. Wild to Boldy. Back to Caprizov. Caprizov with a shot. Doesn't get through traffic. And Edmonton gets it out, but Wild get it right back. Wild going to not change if they can help it anyways. And Middleton keeps that puck back in, and Caprizov gets checked, but Caprizov was able to fight for just a moment, but puck gets scooped up by the Edmonton Oilers, and that's going to bounce up and out of play. Oh man, Minnesota Wild 8-1-2 on the road. How crazy is that? What a great start to the season when like the cards are stacked against them as far as that crazy road trip. Watch, swear we're not even gonna have a power play tonight. Fighting for it in the neutral zone. Yeah, well, what's that one? Hockey from home. Okay, poll question is up. Vote in the poll question, guys. Vote in the poll question. 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Nice. I love the WHL. It's my favorite league. 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I did not say that. Hockey from home. That's a good question. You can try guessing it. I'm not going to try guessing it because I had to call this game hockey. 3 minutes and 48 seconds. But I will take your suggestion. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on X, feel free to come over. Not even feel free. Please, I'm begging you. Come over to YouTube, join our live chat here, and check out everything that this YouTube channel has to offer. Live streams all week. This is our fourth live stream this week. We had Judd's Buds on Monday. Fellowship of the Rink Wednesday. We had a stream on Tuesday covering the Minnesota Wild, hosting a watch party. And here we are on this one. Wild do what they do best. Coming in offside was that same line. That one blatant, though, by Foligno. We have full podcast episodes. Wild prospect and player interviews, craft beer content, original content, clips of our podcast, and more. So subscribe today, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe today. I don't think I said that. Hockey from home. First player to score. That'll be fun. Ooh, I like that. I want to know. All right, another commercial break here. Again, I said 4-3 victory for the Minnesota Wild. For some reason, I'm feeling overtime. I don't want to be feeling overtime. I'd rather a clean sweep, but we'll see. We'll see. That's poll question for next stream. I like it, Hockey from home. I like it. Shootout. God, I would be, if I was the Minnesota Wild, I'd be terrified to go up against Edmonton in a shootout, unless there's like, I don't know, watch freaking Trennan be just like a shootout machine. You know how there's like every now and then there's like a few guys like Pateri Numelin for the Minnesota Wild, right? Hoppy's favorite Minnesota Wild player of all time. Guy was nasty in the shootout. Absolutely nasty in the shootout. So we'll see. We'll see. By the way, did you hear Ovi out potentially 5 to 6 weeks? Man. The hopes of him and the real possibility of him breaking Gretzky's goal record this year is, I mean, it's Ovechkin, so I don't want to say it's faded, but he's likely going to do it next year now. I guessed overtime tonight. 6 bolts for CBJ. Wow, that's an incredibly high scoring game. Yeah, I did hear that. I need to put that in the week's news. Yes, Hockey from Home, by the way. She has a YouTube channel. She covers hockey from home. Surprise, surprise. Go check it out. Go check her out. All right. Again, Seth Topol of Locked On Wild, ladies and gentlemen, will join us in the intermission as we go over this first period. Edmonton wins the faceoff. At least the faceoff hasn't been that bad for the Minnesota Wild tonight. And it's been pretty good all season. Oh, and Podkolzin tripping up Minnesota here. Podkolzin, former Vancouver Canuck. Again, I was at that draft. Marc-Andre Fleury skating to the bench here as Minnesota still has possession. Minnesota's going to get a power play. Vote in the poll question. Vote in the poll question, guys. Minnesota with it. Up the left side. Boldy. Tripped again. Boldy was just tripped again. We might have double. 2 trips should be called 100%. This should be a 4-minute penalty. This should be a 4-minute penalty. Are they only going to call 1? Boldy got tripped up there again. They're only calling Podkolzin. Bro, they should have called both there. Yeah, Hockey, you can go day 1 and 2. I was there when JT Miller got traded to the Vancouver Canucks and then day 1 when they drafted Podkolzin. Here we go, power play time. But no, in all seriousness, I'm happy for Podkolzin. He wasn't being used right or developed properly in Vancouver, and there's definitely potential there. 3 minutes on the clock in the first period, and the Wild win the faceoff. Puck trickles left. Caprizov keeps it in the zone. Yeah, Caprizov, I mean, 5 assists this year. It's not bad. It's not bad. The Wild at the reset. They're coming through the neutral zone. Boldy sends that puck in deep. Boldy, left side. Wild finally set up. Boldy back to the blue line. Chisholm back to Boldy. Boldy looking for Caprizov. Back to Boldy. Boldy center. Eck unable to get that shot off. Chisholm skating to keep this puck in, and that's offside. And the puck trickles the length of the ice. Fleury keeps this puck in. I like Kuzmenko. Solid goal scorer. I have no idea hockey from him. Woman in 55 seconds. Wild don't have a lot of room for guys, but like, I mean, we'll see. They need a scorer, so that would actually fit their mold. I mean, honestly, it makes sense for the Wild. I don't know how much he makes. It's not too much. Was it like $4 million or something? Honestly, the Wild could use him. Not that they have like space, but they'd have to create space. But hey, if the bottom six doesn't score, you might as well get a guy who can actually score. Faber back to Rossi. Rossi back to Faber here. Wild have set up 19 seconds, and Spurgeon with a shot. Doesn't get through. Wild able to keep this puck in the zone. 15 seconds left on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute and 14 seconds left in this period. The Wild, their second unit has looked pretty damn good right now. They're just not getting those opportunities on net, but they are moving it well. I mean, Rossi in particular. Johansson, shot outside of the circle and a save by Skinner in Edmonton. Gets away with it. 57 seconds on the clock. And that's it there. Back to full strength. 50 seconds. Faber back with it. Faber finds Middleton. Middleton with the backhand up high. Just sends it the length of the ice, but good job by Huzadinov poking that one in. Fourth line out there, Lauko. Sends it around behind. Huzadinov sends it back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line, and Lauko ends up with it, trying to find someone in front. Huzadinov is there. Another shot back to the blue line. Middleton with a shot and a nice glove save by Stuart Skinner. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. What a glove save by Stuart Skinner. There's some offensive looks anyways from this fourth line. Yes, I'll ask Seth that, Hog from Home. That's a good question. Wow. What a save by Stuart Skinner. Oh, shit. Kuzmenko's not scoring at all this year, Hog from Home. That's definitely why he's being traded. Oof. But I'm sure the Flames are just trash. Trash fire right now. And no one's scoring on the team. Okay, I don't really blame them. And that is it for the first period, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the first period. 101 in a, honestly, story-filled first period here for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll talk about my key takeaways with Seth. I know Urban had a couple of things he wanted to comment, so comment away. Hawk from Home had a question for Seth. So get your questions in. Seth Topol of Locked On Wild will be joining us here momentarily. My just key takeaways were offside goals, man. Offside goals. This is the third one this season. Boldy looking amazing. Scores his 11th. Honestly, the bottom six getting more involved in just getting pucks on net, which I like. Now, is that sustainable all game? Well, it hasn't been throughout a full game so far this year. So let's see. And I like how Johansson's actually shooting a lot more. I think he had 3 shots that period. 2 are nice. 1, kind of just right to the crest of the netminder. There you go. Hawk from Home, my key takeaway. I like how this game is tied. All right, Urban, I see your comment there. I'm bookmarking it. Hawk from Home, I got your comment. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Quick break. On the other side, we will be back with Seth Topol of Locked On Wild. We will take your questions. We'll take your comments, and we'll talk about this first period, which was an interesting one. But we're all tied up. And the Wild had a late chance there. Unbelievable save by Skinner. Back on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. Wild, Edmonton tied 1-1 after one. Bringing on Seth Topol here after this quick break. Smash that like button. We're trying to get to 20 likes on the video, and we will talk about this first period here on the other side.
People like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall. And now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, I mean, we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. And we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for our first intermission. And we have our friend and your Seth Topol of Locked On Wild to join us here. Seth, what are your takeaways from this kind of wacky first period where the Wild have been seemingly competitive, but these damn offside goals, this is the third one this season being called off?
You know, I get it. But I also am like, do we really have to go to like the frame by frame to get these calls? Like I'm all for making sure that we get the call right. But you can make any call whatever way you want it with frame by frame because you can you can zoom in. Like if a player is that fractionally offsides, like, is it really worth going to those lengths? I don't know. I'm just talking out loud here.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you this. You're an Edmonton Oilers fan. Now, do you really go through all those lengths? I say, hell yeah. Hell yeah, you do.
And if the Minnesota Wild were challenging for if the Minnesota Wild were challenging for that, I would say, yep, every angle, every replay you can get. So I get it, but a weird start to say the least. Like you've got, and I know it took a weird bounce, but if you're Fleury, like you don't have to wind up like you're trying to hit a baseball to get that puck out of the zone. Like,
yeah, that was not good.
Just square it up. And like Philip Gustafson, I think would have just squared that one up and just played it off to the side kind of more casually, but that's the Marc-Andre Fleury experience. Is there's a lot of flair, there's a lot of flash to what he does. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's just kind of what you get with Marc-Andre Fleury in net is just more of kind of the high wire act. But look, he made some really good saves after that first goal, and the Wild obviously found their footing and really controlled the final several minutes of that first period, which was great. It's just you'd like to avoid giving up that first goal in the first 27 seconds of the first period.
Yeah, for sure. I guess like you just alluded to, though, it's good that so far they can hang offensively. They're getting a lot of chances. I know at one point, the Edmonton Oilers are out shooting them by like 5 shots or something like that. But look, Wild 9-7 now for the Oilers. Beautiful save there by Skinner. I love that the fourth line kept sending it back to Middleton for the shot, which, you tell me that last year and I'm sweating and I'm burying my face in my palm. This year I'm going, fuck yeah, let's go, Middleton. Yep. Almost scored the other night too. I think it was Caprizov who got the tip, or was it Boldy? I forget who got the tip goal the other night. But regardless, I thought it was Middleton at first. But no, I like how the bottom six are shooting a little bit more. Foligno looks good tonight. I like how Johansson's shooting a lot more. He's looked good tonight. So despite the lines being still shuffled a little bit, right? A little bit. And not complaining that we have friggin' Ek, Caprizov, and Boldy on the top line, which, how good has Boldy looked this season, Seth, and in the last few games? Like when Kaprizov's out there on the ice and he just does his thing where he can just weave through three guys, and then eventually he'll lose it on the boards or something, because there's only so much you can do, in this sport by yourself. I mean, even McDavid, we've seen tonight, when the puck's broken up, it's broken up. But he's one of those standout guys. Boldy's starting to be one of those guys. Everywhere I see, he's very noticeable. Even if he does lose a physical battle in the corner, or at least he's sending the puck back to his man around the boards, or finds someone at the blue line. It's been so far a really good positive developmental step forward, and it shows as he's scoring not just against the San Jose Sharks, for those who continue to just say that about him. He's scoring against the Edmonton Oilers, Stanley Cup champions, as well here tonight.
Well, this was exactly what we were hoping for this year, Isha, is that he's taking the step and understanding where he sits in the pecking order. And I think he understands,
which is top guy.
Yeah. I think he understands as a player now that when he's out there on the ice, his line mates are going to be looking to get him the puck to make something happen. And even with Kirill Kaprizov on his line with him, though, that still applies. Kirill is going to look to set him up for opportunities if he's open, and Boldy is understanding that, and he's just letting it rip. And we wanted to see him avoid the slow start. Had one goal in the first 19 games of the season last year, and now you're seeing a guy who he may have a 3 or a 4 game stretch where he doesn't score a goal, but then all of a sudden he goes on a 2 or a 3 game bender where he's got, 3 goals in that span. And he just continues to be the perfect complement to what Kirill Kaprizov is doing. Somebody that can just step in and just continue to pot goals behind whoever's in net, especially if it's, higher contenders. Like you said, it's not just the Sharks, it's everybody.
Yeah, no, for sure. And at only 23 years of age, my God, hopefully this is just the beginning. All right, we have a couple comments here that they, in regards to actually trades, concerning the Wild and the league at large. Let's just start with the Wild here, then we get to the league at large. Shout out to Hawk from Home and Urban. Hawk from Home, can you ask Seth if he wants Kuzmenko on the Wild? That's my question for Seth. Kuzmenko, again in trade talks, because nobody in Calgary can score right now, as that team is atrocious. That team is very, very sad. He's a goal scorer first and foremost. Came into the NHL in 2022, 2023 at 25 years of age, I believe, or 24, 25. Had 39 goals in his first season with the Vancouver Canucks. Then the next year was traded after 43 games with the Canucks to the Calgary Flames. In the final 29 games of the season, he had 14 goals and 25 points. This year, 9 points on the season, but only 1 goal. However, the highest goal scorer for the Calgary Flames, Jonathan Huberdeau, with 5. Bro, by the way, I just have to give a big shout out to Scott Young, who just gifted 5 Sota Pod memberships. I don't even think we've had more than 1 or 2 members on this channel ever. So thank you, Scott. Big shout out to Scott. He's a friend from my second channel, the City Life Project. Scott, you are far too kind. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. But Seth, Kuzmenko, thoughts? Appreciate you, Scott.
This is interesting because as we get closer and closer to American Thanksgiving, it becomes harder and harder to just play this off as kind of a mirage by this Minnesota Wild team. It becomes pretty evident that this is a team that has the capabilities of contending in the Western Conference, as they continue to rack up wins. And so as you get closer to the trade deadline, that makes it more appealing, especially this year, to add something to try to boost your chances in a Western Conference that is pretty wide open. Like, there are a couple of teams on top, obviously Winnipeg, but beyond that, it's a pretty even fight between everybody else for those top spots in the Western Conference. So makes all the sense in the world for the Wild to go try to get somebody. But here's the thing.
And he's a scorer, which what are the Wild needing right now? More scoring. He's not on a big ticket. And I guess the only challenge would be the Wild would have to take a roster player. Like, they'd have to move one of their roster players off, which, I mean, at this point, the Flames, they might even just take a roster player and like one random young guy or pick, because the Flames aren't going anywhere.
The thing with Kuzmenko is, now it's obviously early, but just one goal in 19 games so far.
No, but again, there's the highest goal scorer on the Flames right now has 5. Yeah. So it's not like the entire, no one on the team has scored. Like, they're just getting absolutely destroyed. And he's a goal scorer. He needs someone to set him up.
Yeah, if he went on a little bit of a bender and he probably had, that change of scenery boost, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I know a big one that is making the rounds is Sidney Crosby, but here's the problem with that is Crosby has at least one more season after this, right?
Crosby signed an extension.
Yeah, he's got a few years left.
It was a 4-year extension, I believe. But anyways, so yeah, and does Crosby even want to move? It's all up to him. I would think for like the only teams that made sense for me for Crosby were like, again, if the Avs could figure it out, just like imagine having Crosby on your second line, you got McKinnon on your top line. I mean, it would just be because him and McKinnon have good rapport anyways.
Yeah.
And like what a statement for the Avs to bring that leadership in late. Or not even late, but just bring that leadership in where the Avs are not necessarily the top dogs that they were recently due to just, injuries on the team and other things with some of their top guys as well, right?
Hideous goaltending too.
Yeah. So I mean, the Avs, that would just like help the Avs. The other one for me was Montreal, legacy team. It's kind of out there on the eastern side of Canada, and I mean Montreal. A lot of like Canadian players, if they care about that type of like legacy, some of them like either want to step foot in Toronto or Montreal before the end. More so, I would say. And not even more so Toronto. I'd say we see more Toronto because there's just more people from Ontario. But anyways, Minnesota, I have no idea where that chatter is coming from. To be honest, Urban, I haven't even heard any of that chatter personally. Like, mind you, I haven't been reading the Twitter, Facebook comments. Maybe there's chatter there, but like, and that, I'm not being disrespectful when I say that. It's just I really have not heard that from any like radio podcasts that I've been listening to. But Avs has been one that I've heard for a little while now, like even throughout the summer. And Montreal is just one that I kind of think, I could see, but again, they're not competitive at all, and Crosby wants to win. So
I think the reason that Crosby is linked to Minnesota is because of Bill Guerin and the fact that, that's like,
that is like a grasping for straw link though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they were like super tight. Like, this ain't no friggin' like this ain't no Freddie Gaudreau relationship
and Dean,
right?
Yeah,
and Dino, right? Like,
yeah, no, and you hit on the key point in any sort of trade talks for Sidney Crosby is that he is going to have ultimate control about how that goes. As good of a player as he is, if he decides that he's
earned it, quite frankly,
and he absolutely has earned it. So I don't know, because 8.7 is a bit of a cap hit as well. So at this point, I'm zeroing in on guys that are in the final year of their deal, because that is a clean in, clean out, unless you were to extend them. One that I have really been kind of circling my sights on is Brock Nelson, because
I like that.
Yeah, the Islanders are very mid right now, and obviously he's got the Minnesota connections, but he also, I think, would fill a legitimate need on this team.
Hey, if you can't get, well, I mean, look, you want as many Brocks as you can get on this team, so let's bring in another one. If you can't bring in Brock Besser, bring in another Minnesota Brock.
Brock Besser's next off season. That's when,
because the Wild will be able to afford that, re-signing Caprizov. Dude, Brock Besser, he's going to get 40 goals again this year.
You go Brock to Brock.
Ooh, how about a guy like Morgan Frost, young and still has potential?
Well, and the other one that I saw today from one of the Daily Faceoff writers, I think it was Adam DeMarco, saying that the Minnesota Wild have been linked to the Philadelphia Flyers a little bit. Players such as Joel Farabee. Now there you got a $5 million contract for the next 4 seasons, but also Bobby Brink. Now that doesn't
I
necessarily...
do like Bobby Brink, and the chat loves Bobby Brink too. Bobby Brink, he's just small, so it's like, okay, that's fine. And again, this is not the 90s, saying the early 2000s, but do you want to bring another undersized forward, let's just say, onto the roster?
I do know this. Bill Guerin, we're in November. Bill Guerin, this is right when he starts to circle in the weeds, and I know I'm sure he's got something cooking to try to improve this team, because it's very clear the defense has been awesome so far this year. The goaltending has been very, very good.
The 5-on-5 defense has been really good too.
Yeah,
defensively, this team has been outstanding. 8-2-1 on the road, Seth. How are you?
And you're not talking like, they're in the top half of the league or top 10. Like, you're talking one of the 1 or 2 best in terms of defense and goaltending as well. And that plays. If you can just get a little scoring to match, and I think that's exactly where Bill Guerin's going to be looking.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this was awesome, Seth. Chat, this is what we love as well. So keep the comments coming throughout this stream. Even while we're doing play-by-play, we'll try to hit them during commercial breaks and breaks in action. And yeah, join in the conversation with Seth and I throughout the intermissions when Seth joins us throughout this season. Seth, we'll see you at the next intermission after this second period.
Sounds good to me.
There you go, guys. Seth Topol of Locked On Wild. He'll be back in a little bit at the end of this period. That's fun, guys. Thank you so much for the comments. Appreciate you. Even the third pair isn't a hole. That is true. That is true. And it's actually like there's some options. You got, the Chisholm option, Merrill, which honestly, Merrill hasn't been playing that bad this year. And hopefully Damon Hunt. Appreciate all the comments, guys. And again, a huge, huge shout out to Scott Young, who gifted 5 freaking memberships. 5 memberships, guys. So if you have memberships turned on, claim it. Claim your membership. Thank you so much, Scott. You really didn't have to do that. You absolute beauty. Scott, he's a subscriber to my second channel. He's coming in here helping and support this one. Appreciate you guys. All right. Period number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And the Wild trying to get the puck out of their zone, fighting for it. Right side. Puck trickles behind, and Middleton is able to find Eck, who's able to find Boldy. Boldy tried to set up a backhand pass to the man on his right, but one little move too much that Edmonton was able to get the puck back. Edmonton dumps, doesn't chase. Come playoffs, we get Bouillon. That too. Edmonton, good attempt there to keep the puck in the Wild zone, but that bounces back. 18:42 on the clock in this second period. Big shout out to everybody joining us here. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on X and or Facebook. Come over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. That's where it's buzzing. Check out our full podcasts, original content, clips, beer reviews, the whole 9 yards on the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. 18-18, and Edmonton able to keep that puck in the offensive zone. Fleury loses it there. Takes too long of a time trying to figure out who he's going to pass to. And Nugent Hopkins is the puck back to the blue line. Left side shot. That doesn't get through. Nice job by the Wild crowding the lanes. That was a good job by Spurgeon, actually, too, jumping on that rebound. Speaking of, fighting for it here. Right side. Edmonton. Up around the boards. Nice defense by the Wild. Seth and I were talking about the defense, guys, and great defense there by Minnesota. Minnesota trying to slide through the neutral zone. They get the puck deep, and we're going to have a change. Fleury needs to stay in his net. What's up, Isaiah? Good to see you. Agree. Hawk from home. Pieced, but not out. Bogosian. Trying to play that out to center. Freddie Gaudreau, Lord and Savior, out there on the ice right now. It's too late for that, Hog from home. Try to ask another question. At the end of the second period. Wait, too late for that, I imagine. Right? Already 2/3 into the game. And a pass from Gaudreau to the man in the slot. Unable to get that on net. But a shot by Chisholm here. Puck in front of the net and score! Score! Puts away the rebound. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And it is the bottom six. It is the third line. Foligno gets the goal back. Foligno gets the goal back. Foligno gets the goal back, ladies and gentlemen. He had the first one for the Wild, but it was called back, and he's able to get it again. And Freddie Gaudreau gets his point. Freddie Gaudreau can do no wrong. Freddie Gaudreau can do no wrong, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1 Minnesota. 2-1 Minnesota. He can do no wrong. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you. Let's freaking go. 8th assists. 10th point of the season for Freddie Gaudreau. And finally, Foligno gets his 4th of the season for his 6th point. That's what I'm talking about. We need, look at that. Look at that. Minnesota actually gets some contribution from their bottom six. And you can breathe when their top line ain't scoring. Let's go Wild. 16:28 on the clock. First line out there for the Wild. And it gives an opportunity for the first line to come out there fresh as well and follow up. But they lost it. Defense playing it back and forth here in Edmonton. Edmonton. Nice passing through the neutral zone. They lose it. Wild send it back up neutral zone. 3-on-1. Boldy, and he can't capitalize. Oilers will lose in the neutral zone. The Wild are going to come right back out. Fighting for it up against the boards. Spurgeon. Shot bounces back. Fighting for it to keep it in. And the Wild do keep it in. A nice job by the Wild batting that one. And Caprizov on it. Caprizov able to keep this alive, but poked by Edmonton. And that's going to go the length of the ice. And Fleury playing this one. Fleury to Spurgeon. Spurgeon, neutral zone. Nice change by the Wild. And that third line, Freddie Gaudreau, Trennan, and Foligno back out. McDavid speeding through the ice. A nice save by Fleury. Fleury with the save and the starfish. McDavid just with so much speed ripped through the offensive zone. Fleury saves a beautiful save by Fleury. Had to go to the ground then starfishes that motherfucker. Puck goes into the corner. Edmonton keeping it in the zone. Wild. Tight defense now. Wild with it. 3-on-2. Wild right side. Foligno. Can't hit our Lord and Savior Freddie Gaudreau. Oilers come back, but a great job by Middleton. Beautiful defense by Middleton to Faber. Edmonton having a hard time setting up in the Wild zone. Hockey, I predicted the Wild don't score another one. Yeah, 4-1. That was yours, Hockey from home. And the Wild send that in deep. I believe it's going to be offside. What a save by Marc-Andre Fleury, making up for that blunder early. God damn. Oh, he just dove. He didn't give McDavid time to move the puck to the right to land that dirty backhand. And he didn't trip up McDavid there either. That was a beautiful, beautiful save by Marc-Andre Fleury. And the Edmonton Oilers don't win the faceoff. Wild get it, but they lose it. Edmonton right back at it. Drop pass. Edmonton have it in deep back to the blue line, right side, and a shot through center. Wild deflect it back to the Edmonton defenseman. Shot. Fleury unable to hold on to it. Puck bouncing. Fleury recognizes it's behind his ankle. Can Edmonton get it up in front? They can't. Edmonton with a shot and Fleury. There we go. There's no rebound on that one. That one he saves. And a nice job by Chisholm. Able to tell Fleury where that puck was. And he was able to hold it behind his ankle until it went around the net. See you later, Hog from home. Peace. I'm out. Peace. I'm out. Peace. I'm out. Peace. I'm out. Oh my goodness. What a crazy period. What a crazy period. Chances for both of these teams. Wild capitalize. Everyone spammed on that. Absolutely, Isaiah. Absolutely. How's your day going, Isaiah? Again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Edmonton wins the faceoff, shot from the blue line, and another save by Marc-Andre Fleury. No rebound, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Seth Topo from Locked On Wild will join us again between periods. Do you have any questions for Seth, or you want any questions for us? If you want to just join in on any of the hockey conversation here, Wild related, NHL related, get your comments in the live chat. Even if it's something you think of now, I can bookmark it. And around the net, and oh my God, what a goal by Edmonton! The spinorama, Corey fucking Perry. Oh, I turned back the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Spinorama around the net, and Corey Perry goes upstairs. Holy crap. Oh my God, look at this. Corey Perry around. Oh, and he goes up high. That was some Anaheim Ducks textbook, Corey Perry. Rossi, Huzdinov, each lose position. Rossi trying to chase him, and oh, it was off the skate of Spurgeon. I thought he shot it high. It was off the skate of Spurgeon. I thought that he lifted that one high, but it was off the skate of Spurgeon, and it is a tie. It is a tie game again, 2-2. Damn, because you saw from that one camera angle in front of that Spurgeon just being like, damn it. Edmonton now with a little momentum. Edmonton back in the Wild zone, skating around back to the blue line. A shot from the blue line that goes around Middleton with it to Boldy. Boldy backhand, just trying to get this out of the zone. Edmonton player touches it, so this is going to negate icing. Edmonton, you can't keep changing it, hockey from home. You can't keep changing it. It is 4-1. You lost your score prediction. Sorry to inform you, but you can't change it, hockey from home. That ruins the game. So nope, not allowed to change it. I'm deleting this comment. 12:56 on the clock. Edmonton and McDavid in particular trying to hold on to it in the corner. Wild get it. Nice short passing here. Foligno in on the forecheck. Foligno gets it back. Foligno. Freddie Gaudreau. Foligno still has it, but McDavid picks his pocket. McDavid right side. McDavid has Draisaitl. McDavid back to the blue line slot. Not a clear shot. Bouchard shot now. That goes off someone and wide. Wild just trying to get it back in the zone, but a kicking motion by one of the defenders, and Edmonton has it. Edmonton and Bouchard getting pressured there by the Wild. Foligno back to the defender, back around the net. Brodin tried to get it out and still can't get it out. Finally, the Wild get into the neutral zone. Wild are wanting to get a change, but Edmonton right back on it, and Edmonton's going to come in offside. Damn, they're lucky that Edmonton came in offside there. And we're going to go to a TV timeout no less, because there were some tired legs for the Minnesota Wild. They are not only able to get a change, but we get a TV timeout as well. Momentum swinging back and forth in this second period, ladies and gentlemen, starting with Minnesota, pouncing, getting a lot of shots, able to set up nice, and then eventually scoring. And then back to Edmonton. Fleury making some decent saves. Fleury having a little bit of a blunder. And then able to score off a interesting goal where I don't know if it was Rossi lost. I don't know who lost Corey Perry there, but Rossi was chasing him. I thought Corey Perry spin around the net, up, lifted the puck high, but no, he just tried to get it on net, maybe even hit the padding and get a rebound going. But it said with a little speed to it, it hits the skate of Jared Spurgeon and goes up, and it is tied to 10 shots of the Wild, 14 for the Edmonton Oilers. And the Wild, 17-10 in the faceoffs. Yeah, okay, they're a lot better in the faceoffs, which is evident. Man, they were so bad against St. Louis. So bad against St. Louis. It was tough to watch. Honest, that is funny. I would rather see Evander Kane fight one of the Paul brothers than anybody ever fight Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a senior citizen. Like, shouldn't be fighting guys in their 20s, all right? I don't care who it is. Oh, man. All right, back at it. 12 minutes on the clock in this second period. 2-2. We'll take a look at the box score to next break, guys. What jerseys are the Oilers wearing tonight? They're regular ones. The blue and orange. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back at it. Again, big shout out to everybody watching. Appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, we do live commentary, play-by-play, reaction, and of course, interaction with all you guys in the live chat here. Wild trying to defend, and Edmonton almost had an opportunity there in the slot, but Wild able to get that out, and we're going to have an offside. Rossi brings that in offside. Yeah, in the last 15 games, Matt Boldy, 9 goals, 6 assists in his last 15 games. Wild keeping that line on. You're having Mike Tyson pictures? That's crazy. That's crazy. And Wild lose the face-off. Edmonton playing that neutral zone, trying to tip it up. And they do tip it up, but up into the Edmonton's benches, and we're gonna have another face-off. Okay, surely they're gonna keep that second line out there again. Only Fleury had glasses. 11:38. My bar for Marc-Andre Fleury at this stage in his career is pretty low, so I don't think he's having a good game, but he has made some saves. Like McDavid was surely going to go backhand there upstairs. That one was good. Obviously, I will not forgive that first one. But that blunder aside, I think it's a textbook Marc-Andre Fleury game. He gives up some rebounds. Honestly, he's been crowding more rebounds than usual. Yeah, right now I'm kind of in the middle. If he makes more mistakes, then I'll be disappointed with him tonight and critical. If he continues just to be fine and shut this one down, then it is what it is. Faber now coming in on the right side. Faber trying to find someone on the right and doesn't, but a shot from the blue line. And that forces Stuart Skinner to make a save, and a shot from Johansson. Score! Johansson gets the rebound. Shot from whoever was in the slot there, and Johansson gets the rebound, and he needed that, ladies and gentlemen. Minnesota Wild up again. Third goal scored in this period alone, and that is the second goal for Marcus Johansson, and he's been shooting a lot here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 6-point second goal of the season for Johansson. Oh, it was a beautiful backhand pass. Beautiful backhand pass to Johansson. And it was that Hartman on there? Who made that pass? Yeah, nice pass by Hartman. Hartman getting the point as well. Hartman with his second assist of the season. 6-point as well. Let's go. Minnesota now up 3-2, ladies and gentlemen. And we're getting scoring from the rest of the team, which is amazing to see. We're not just getting scoring from that top line. Now, Boldy has scored tonight, but you know what I mean? It's coming from everywhere, and that's what we need. That's what this team. That and special teams is what this team lacks. I need that bottom six score. Oh no. No way. Don't tell me they're going to challenge us again. I mean, you might as well at this point if you're Edmonton, because it's turning into a meme, but... Oh, that's... Arvidsson, I don't think... Okay, no, they're not. Arvidsson had such a good start to his career, but he's faced so much injuries. Hockey from home, I don't think he's ever going to play again. I don't think he's ever going to play the game again. I would have hockey from home. 10 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock here. 14 shots for the Oilers, 11 for the Wild. Wild lead 3-2. And a collision there between the... Is it Lauco and an Oiler player? No call. Just a decision on both. I guess both their fault as they ran into each other there. Wild trying to keep this puck in the zone. They do it for a moment at the blue line. Edmonton gets it and rings it around. Dumping, but not chasing. Faber, 3-on-1 there by the Oilers on Faber. Faber needs some reinforcements. I did not hockey, but that's unfortunate. Shot from the blue line, a nice save by Fleury. 10 minutes on the clock here in this second period. We are at the halfway mark. Ooh, that sucks. That's a bad injury to have. That's a bad injury to have. Reminder, Seth Topol of Locked On Wild, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out his podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, and or his YouTube channel. But Seth will be joining us again at the end of this second period. Big face-off in the Wild win that one. They send it around the boards. Boldy trying to get to center ice, and Eck has it. Eck with a shot, rebound. Edmonton with it. Right side, Edmonton trying to get that puck out. They hit Leon Draisaitl on the left. Draisaitl unable to get to McDavid, and nice. Caprizov against McDavid there, one-on-one. That was cool to see, and he evades McDavid in the Wild, able to enter the zone. Top line versus top line, and Boldy, good job keeping this in the corner. Boldy sending it back around. Caprizov loses it, but Boldy keeps it in. Caprizov looking for Boldy. Nice defensive play by McDavid, back to the blue line, and a nice shot by the Wild. But here come the Oilers now. Oilers center looking for the right side to make a cross-ice pass to McDavid. That's broken up. Good defense there by the Wild. This is cool to see the top lines go at it. This is cool to see the top line go at it here, ladies and gentlemen. Back into the Edmonton zone, and both teams are going to get a change. That was some high-level shit right there, guys. That was cool to see. 8 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. .843. Edmonton unable to capitalize on their opportunity. Wild get it back. Bogosian to Chisholm to center to Freddie Gaudreau, our Lord and Savior. Freddie Gaudreau, back corner pass in front of the net. Oh my God, Freddie Gaudreau is so good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Unable to capitalize on that, but Freddie Gaudreau. Kirill is tied for first in points with games in hand. He truly has been one of the best players, top 3, number 2 in my opinion, in the entire NHL this year. Only to that of McDavid, and I mean, can't really argue against that. Glad he's better hockey from home. Oilers lose it at center, and here come the Wild, right side. Rossi. Hartman shot. That doesn't get through. Rossi looking for it, and pinching is Faber. Sorry, that was Middleton, my bad. Middleton getting involved in the play. I mean, man, this second line has looked good. Middleton just been on fire this season. But you can see that Hines has given that second line a lot of shifts. They're looking good. Hartman, Rossi, and Johansson. Isha will get score predictions back-to-back. Streams my question. What did I say? I said 4-3 for the Minnesota Wild. Hope Mantha's better soon. Yes. I would rather the Wild just score 2 more and Edmonton not score another one versus my score prediction. I said 4-3. Yeah, I would rather that not happen. I don't want to see OT. As much as watch time is good for the channel and more longer streaming is good. At this point, no, let's get a clean sweep. But hey, just because this is a Wild base channel, we very much are unbiased. As I know, I'm wearing my Wild jersey and everything right now, but I'm from the west coast of Canada. I live in Minnesota now. Cover this team, love covering this team. The co-creator of the channel, he's a Pittsburgh fan, but has grown up in Minnesota. So, and is season tickets. So he has an interest in the team. Our prospect and scout expert is from Boston, but his second favorite team is Minnesota, and he loves Brodeen. And then we have then the rest of the gang are from here, but still, so we got a good mix. We got a good mix of homers. We got a good mix of smart hockey people, and both in and out of the markets, which is awesome. So there's incentive to check out some of the shows we have on the channel. But long of the short of it, what I'm trying to say is we love having some Edmonton fans in the chat here as well. No one's super nasty here. We're a pretty damn good community. What's up, Tammy? Good to see you. No, this is YouTube, Tammy. You're a smart gal. You're a smart gal, Tammy. You're a smart gal. This is YouTube, Tammy. The NHL would shut me down, probably sue me, and honestly, probably stomp on my glasses too if I showed illegal content that was NHL. We do live play-by-play commentary And of course, reaction and interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. All good, Tammy. No, all good. We're glad to have you here, Tammy. 7:35 on the clock. Tammy, are you rooting for Edmonton or Minnesota? 7:26 and the Wild get it back. Right side. Wild outside the circle. Hartman doesn't shoot, sends it around the boards. Minnesota, let's go, Tammy. Let's go. 7:13 on the clock. Vote in the poll question again, guys. Save by Skinner. And again, Middleton getting involved in the action here again. Wild have had one power play so far, but they have not scored on it yet. Let's go Oilers. What's up, Darwin and Ronaldo fan? Minnesota doesn't suck. I actually moved to Minnesota. Teams that suck don't go 8-1-2 on the road to start the season. Both good teams here, and this is a good game, Darwin. Look at that, Darwin with the chirps. The team that sucks is beating the Oilers right now. 7:10 on the clock. Let's go. Podkolzin with a shot. That goes wide. Wild send it up, but I mean, Caprizov was almost there, but no. They're going to call that icing. 6:58 on the clock. Yeah, Tammy, so if you're new to this channel, we have multiple podcasts on this channel, live streams covering the Wild, clips, videos posted every day. So welcome. Playing hockey, Darwin. Shout out to the healthcare you got up there. 6 minutes and 58 seconds. And Chisholm tried to get that out. Nice job for the Oilers keeping that at least close to the blue line. You're new. Well, welcome, Tammy. Welcome. You'll probably find a lot of what you're looking for here on the channel if you're a Wild fan and a Minnesota hockey fan. And we do a lot of these watch parties every single month. I'm going to post December's schedule tomorrow. Oh, nice little pass behind the net. Edmonton back and forth. Trying to set someone up in the slot, but nobody there. Wild forced that puck into the neutral zone. Win Oilers. What's your score prediction, Darwin? 10-2. Tonight, hockey. Oilers still trying to pressure into the Wild zone. They do, but that's going to be offside. 6 minutes and 8 seconds left in this second period. Shot 17-16 for the Wild, and the Wild lead 3-2. Oilers need to win. Man, it's been really cool to see the top lines go out at head-to-head here, especially when you had that moment where it was like literally McDavid and Caprizov. Minnesota. Edmonton setting up, deflecting it down into the Wild zone. I mean, he's got a broken back, so I mean, life not worth living, right? I'm kidding. 5:41 on the clock. And the Wild regain possession. Up the right side. Back left center. Who's Nadinov in? No, that is offside because a Wild player got tripped up. Not tripped up, got tangled up. Lauko fell to the ice and he slid over the blue line, causing the Wild to go offside when Kuznetsov had a good entry. Peace. I'm out. And now we're going to go to TV time out here. Am I a Calgary fan, Tammy? Or are you talking to Darwin? I lived in Calgary for a few years. I bleed blue and green. Like, I grew up on Vancouver Island. I grew up on the west coast of Canada. So like my favorite team is the Canucks, but I've been hosting the SotaPod podcast and now working on this YouTube channel for like 5 years, and I moved to Minnesota. So like very much more invested in this team, covering it. But still love me, my Canucks. But like, I'm not a hater of Calgary. I don't necessarily like them. Like, they're not one of the only two teams I really root for Well, I root for the Canucks. I cover the Minnesota Wild, and as long as Ovi's still in the NHL, I'm going to root for wherever he plays, and it's probably only going to be Washington. Out of the Canadian teams, I hate Toronto more than I love my mother. I would trade I would cut off my hand if it meant Toronto never wins in my lifetime. Like that's how much like a Stanley Cup in my lifetime. Or forever if it guarantees it. Like I would get involved in some friggin' like black magic type shit to ensure that Toronto never wins anything ever. So anyways, going down a dark tangent there. I'm not a fan of Montreal. I almost feel sorry for the Senators or whatever. I want to see them do well, but I'm kind of apathetic towards the Senators. I like the Jets are a fun team. They've been competitive for a while now. They're a fun team. Don't really like the Oilers. Calgary. I mean, my first NHL games are at the Saddle Dome, so that's cool. The Oilers with me is I rooted for them when they had the Young Guns build, and then they totally disappointed. Like the Hall, Eberle, Nuge, Dubnyk. And a shot there from the Oilers from the blue line, 5:21 on the clock. And Petrie build, it didn't work at all. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I ain't jumping on no more bandwagons. But yeah. Canucks, Wild, Capitals are the teams I follow the most, but Vancouver is the home team. I don't play soccer now. Zero. Or I guess the Whitecaps. I guess MLS. But I don't watch soccer. I watch combats. I watch the only sports I watch are sports you're allowed to fight in. So like hockey, box lacrosse, and like Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA. Shot from the blue line and Fleury tried to flash the leather, but that one went wide. Go Minnesota! Yeah, if you're not allowed to fight in the sport, I have no interest in it. MMA. I mean, yeah, UFC, but UFC is a league. It's not the sport. That's like saying NHL for hockey. UFC is the NHL of MMA. But no, I follow. UFC is not even my favorite league, dude. There's way more fun leagues than the UFC. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Top line out there, and we're gonna have a whistle. Man, Jake Middleton's had a tremendous game thus far. Just like the end of the first period, slow, choppy end to the second period here. Miami Messi. Yeah, I was hoping that they would come to Minnesota to play a game. I could see them. I haven't seen the schedule for this season. Is he coming out this season? I'll have to check. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Or was it just a 1-year contract? See, that's how little I follow. But I like going to any live sport. And, oh, Eck breaks a stick. Excuse me. All right, X getting a new stick here. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Current or like of all time? Four minutes and 53. Yeah, it's just it's the Subway Fanatics. Nothing special. 4 minutes and 47 seconds. I have an older one that I'll wear on the next stream. 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Caprizov has it left side. Caprizov spins out of the check. Caprizov, hit hard in the neutral zone. And we're going to get a whistle. Kaprizov's hurt. Well, play's still going. I thought the play stopped. I thought we had a whistle. We have a fight. We have a fight. It was a quick fight, and the Oilers player ended up falling on top of, I don't even know who was fighting, but Kaprizov in some discomfort. Oh, no. So Boldy went to fight Kajula. Boldy going to protect his player. And Kaprizov in some discomfort. This is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Kaprizov on the bench in some discomfort. Boldy getting in a fight. Oh, clean hit, clean hit. Oh, almost knee on knee. Was it knee? Did the knee clip him? I missed that. I just thought, like, I was just looking to see if, like, the puck had... Oh, it looked like it... It looks like a hip. Kaprizov's not pointing at his knees. He was pointing at his hip. Current hockey player. Fuck, like I think it just still has to be like Ovechkin. Quinn Hughes and Ovechkin. Who won the fight? I would say Edmonton won the fight as the guy ended up on top, but no one really hurt each other much. I mean, now that you look at the replay a little bit, yeah, the knee was out a little bit there. It happened so fast in the initial hit. I just saw Caprizov get decked out in the neutral zone. All right, so the officials are talking about it. We got Spurgeon and McDavid. They're waiting to hear their verdict. I mean, it's not that bad. I don't know. I think it's one of those quick plays. I don't think he tried to go knee on knee with him. Yeah, rest in peace, Johnny Hockey. Well, season's over. No slew foot. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was. I don't think there was. Yeah, just majors for fighting. Hines, come over here. Yeah, I didn't think that was dirty either. I don't think Neil's a Flames fan. I think he's a New Jersey Devils fan. I mean, look, it fucking sucks that Caprizov got hit there, but I don't think it was dirty. Time to target the other. Hey, as much as probably like Hines is like, for fuck's sakes, Boldy, I don't need you fighting. Yo, shout out to Boldy for protecting his line mate there. I mean, yeah, so hockey, I have a Minnesota Wild podcast. Same logic. He's not a fan of that team. He may cover that team, but he's not a fan of that team. Yeah, I know Kyle. 4 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. Oh, it wasn't even, nobody even got a punch in. They just slipped and Boldy fell to the ice. This could get ugly now. What a choppy end to this period. What a choppy end to this period. Well, Boldy will be out the remainder of the period. Kaprizov's, yeah, I mean, Kaprizov gone down the hall to be looked at. That's fine. So basically the top line is decimated. We're going to see that second line get a lot of time here. Yeah, Johnny Gaudreau with the Calgary Flames was amazing. Again, rest in peace. That was so sad. I remember watching him play in like the Young Guns tournaments in Penticton and things like that against the Canucks. I still think the Wild will win, but this is assuming Kaprizov can come back in this game, I still think the Wild will win. But we'll see. 3 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. McDavid almost had a shot on that left side, sends it back, and McDavid almost went back to get the puck himself. Faber draw past Johansson, tried to find his man at center, picked apart by the Oilers. Right side, keeping that puck in, but puck gets broken up. Nice check by Eriksson Ek. Wild up the right side, tipped in deep. They get a change. I mean, Hartman can move up into the top six now. I mean, he'll have to. Battling in the corner here in the Wild zone and gets... Puck turns up right in front of the net. Wild do a good job sending it to the right side. And now Hartman bringing the puck in. 3-on-2. Wild. Hartman. Pass in front of the net. Looking for a shot. Tipped off. Foligno. Was it Foligno who scored or was it Gaudreau? And Kaprizov's back on the bench. We get a goal. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong. He is our Lord and Savior, Freddie Gaudreau, with another point tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This guy can do no wrong. Freddie fucking Gaudreau. Third goal of the season. He has now 11 points, ladies and gentlemen. 8 assists. Third goal and a beautiful tip in. Hartman, I thought Foligno got it, but no, it was Freddie Gaudreau. Let's go. And the Wild. 4-2, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy game. Boldy goes to the box. Caprizov gets looked at, but Caprizov back on the bench. Some lines get thrown in the blender, and look at that, Freddie Gaudreau. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, hockey. And Ekholm with a shot at the line. That goes wide. Let's go, Freddie, goal. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Oh, and that's a good pass on Edmonton. Edmonton with the drop pass there. They got a little too greedy with the drop pass into the center. Wild, pick his pocket. Wild, left side. Fourth line out there for the Wild. Shore with it. Shore with the backhand. Shore on net. Looking for a rebound in front of the net. Puck still loose. And that's crowded by Skinner. Interesting line combo there. Trenton, Rossi, and Shore. Talk about lines being thrown in the blender, but this is late in the period. That would be crazy, Hawk from home. That would be crazy. Kyle, the co-creator of CF, he has an island named after him in Nanaimo, which is pretty crazy. Thank you so much for subscribing, Tammy. Appreciate you. And thank you to everybody who's been watching. We've had a pretty good crowd here tonight. For everybody who's watching on Facebook and X/Twitter, get your ass over to YouTube and join our live chat. Seth Topol will join us in the second intermission as well to talk about this crazy period. My goodness. Oh, and a shot from the blue line by the Wild, forcing Skinner to make a great save. Yes, hockey. And get this, he's not allowed to buy it. Hartman with it again. Hartman sends his puck into the neutral zone. Tried to find Foligno. I think it hit him, but bounced off of him. Foligno. Great game by Foligno, by the way. And Foligno finds Hartman. Hartman to Faber. Faber right side. Rossi and Lowe. They got this actual second line out there again. You can't afford it, Hog from home. If you can't even afford Dono on City Life, there's no way you can afford Mudge Island. 58 seconds. Final minute of this second period, ladies and gentlemen. Wild have it in the offensive zone. Caprizov back on the ice. What a beauty. Caprizov back on the ice. And you know what? That's almost something like the coach did not have to put Caprizov out there again, but he wants to just, okay, let's see if I can skate. Let's see if I can get a shift. And he gets one in the offensive zone. That's almost like mental warfare for the Edmonton Oilers. That's like, hey, the best player's back and he's fine. Edmonton has a beautiful save by Marc-Andre Fleury on that tough angle shot, but a nice pass from the blue line to the left side. Podkolzin and Caprizov with some words there. 28 seconds on the clock. And a nice shift by Caprizov to come back right in the action. Spurgeon doing a good job too of clearing a lane, so at least Fleury saw where that was. 28 seconds. Again, Tammy, I can't play copyright. I can't show copyright stuff. I can't play copyright music on YouTube. This is YouTube, Tammy. You know that. You know that. I wish I could, but I can't. 22 seconds on the clock. And Fleury chose not to cover that one up. Send it to the left side. They're able to get that puck into the neutral zone. Yeah, we don't own it, Tammy. We can't, it's illegal to show and display stuff we don't own, right? And no, it's all good, Tammy. Just YouTube these days, especially when you're streaming, you got to treat it like, oh, there's a little brouhaha after the whistle here. And Eck getting involved. Caprizov involved. Damn, this third period's going to get even more chippy than it already is. Damn. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What a second period. What a second period. We're going to bring Seth Topol on in a minute here to discuss it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want to hear your guys' questions, topics. I want to hear your guys' takeaways from that second period as well. I loved how Boldy stood up for Caprizov. Funny enough, Caprizov back on the ice, which looked good. Freddie Gaudreau looked awesome. I think there was a lot of ebbs and flows in that one. There was a lot of ebbs and flows in that period. Again, the Wild close out the period looking good. But there were moments in that one where the Edmonton Oilers were getting the best of Minnesota. Honestly, it kind of was like Minnesota started off well, then Edmonton started to outskate them a little bit, pressure them a little bit more, just with, honestly, offensive opportunities, win those neutral zone battles, and then the Wild came back strong. 2 goals. And like, what a weird way to get that last one, right? Caprizov hurt. Play still going. Boldy gets in a fight. You think, okay, momentum is all on the Edmonton side here. And then, no, it's Freddie Gaudreau, our Lord and Savior. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Gets the rebound and gets that goal. I don't really listen to either of them, Tammy, to be perfectly honest. I would say, like, I've heard Juice WRLD on more songs, rest in peace, but I'm more old school when it comes to hip hop. The Wild 14-6 versus Oilers last 20 games. I like that. All right, keep the comments coming, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the comments coming. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we'll bring back Seth Topol from Locked On Wild. We'll discuss the second period and a little bit of a scare there with Kirill Kaprizov. But I think, like I said, it's like mental warfare against the Edmonton Oilers for him to get that last shift, to get him back out there on the ice in an offensive position, in a defensive position, and in that little scrum, that little brouhaha that was brewing there at the end. Yes, he is. Back on the other side, quick break and a word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing. Don't go anywhere. And we're trying to get to 20 likes on the videos, guys. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe. Seth Topol on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back with Seth Topol of Locked On Wild. And we said the first period was goofy. Man, talk about this second period. Talk about ebbs and flows. Wild starting off strong. Edmonton coming back and really just running the show. Looking better offensively, winning the neutral zone battles, setting up, pressuring Marc-Andre Fleury. And then Caprizov getting hit late. Play still goes. Play still going on. He's on the ice. Boldy defends him. Boldy gets in a fight. I mean, they swung and then fell to the ice. Just when you think momentum is all in the Edmonton Oilers' favor, Freddie Gaudreau, our Lord and Savior, can do no wrong. Gets that goal, and honestly, a good positioning there by Foligno. He would have cleaned it up. And Hartman bringing that puck in, scoring. Seth, key takeaways from the second period where the Wild are now up 4-2.
The second period was all about second and third opportunities for the Minnesota Wild and just doing more to get to the puck after initial shot attempts than the Edmonton Oilers did. I mean, how many opportunities in the Edmonton zone did the Wild have to just get to a loose puck before the Oilers did and just continue to put the pressure on Stuart Skinner? I mean, I think of the Foligno goal in particular that was waved off the board, where you have one shot attempt, a rebound, another shot attempt, a rebound, and then the third shot attempt, you finally get one past. Or actually, no, that was the actual Foligno goal that counted. My mistake. But point still stands, is the Wild are just getting second and third opportunities, and that's how they are beating Stuart Skinner here tonight. And it's just a matter of the Wild are doing a better job of getting to the puck after initial Oilers shots than the Oilers are after initial Wild shots.
Yeah, I mean, who'd have thunk a goaltender giving up more rebounds than Marc-Andre Fleury, who's started to, I mean, it seems like he's in a groove now. There've been some, like in the second he had some moments. I mean, that save on Connor McDavid was tremendous, and you knew if Fleury wouldn't have dove down there to stop that, Connor McDavid would have gone to his right side backhand upstairs. That would have happened. The Corey Perry goal was insane, by the way. Let's just quickly talk about that. Around the net, the little spinorama. I thought he lifted that up, but unfortunate for Wild fans in the Wild, it actually hit the skate of Spurgeon, and that's what knocked the puck up. I was losing my mind, being like, oh my God, that was a beautiful goal by Perry, turning back the clock there. And it was a nice goal, don't get me wrong, but you got to thank Spurgeon's skate for that one. I think Spurgeon's been playing tremendous tonight here as well, Seth. I think the defense has been awesome. Like seriously, the defense has been great. Chisholm has been on fire. Bogosian's been fine, but like I'm not holding Bogosian to like a high bar. As long as he doesn't make any bad plays or slip-ups, which he hasn't, I'm good. I'm good with that. He's been good to stay at home. Foligno's had an excellent game. Scoring aside, both of them, the waved off one end and the one that counted, which I'm glad he got it back. Physical, doesn't look slow out there. That line has been awesome. And shoot, even, Shore has given a little spark to that fourth line. And I think they've been pretty good in the limited time that they've been out there as well. I really think that, oh, wow, you get some secondary scoring and look at how dangerous this Wild team can be.
Yeah, and like all the different pieces that we have seen click for this Wild team so far this year is the defense is playing great to complement good goaltending. And this has been a common theme all year for this Wild defense. They just make life so much easier for Philip Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury because they prevent so many opportunities from getting to the net.
Yeah, unless you want to play T-ball, friggin' Marc-Andre Fleury, goddamn.
Well, that's the thing too, is obviously anytime you play the Oilers, you got to try to keep Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl as quiet as you can.
Which they have. Credit
they
to
have.
them.
The only goal that was scored by either of those two tonight was off of the swing and a miss. And so other than that, you've done your job keeping those guys contained so far tonight. And you said it, the depth scoring. Like anytime this Wild team gets guys other than Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Boldy to score, they become a really dangerous team. And it's going to be the key here in the third is going to be as the temperatures start to kind of mount, is to just try to not do anything above and beyond to potentially give Edmonton a power play opportunity. I know their power play numbers aren't great so far this season, but a power play that has the likes of the players that they do is dangerous all the time. I don't care what the numbers are. They're dangerous all the time. So keep it 5-on-5 as much as you can and just try to avoid any of those instances where maybe instead of getting a power play, you take a roughing penalty to turn it into a 4-on-4, things like that. And if they do that, I think the Wild will be doing a pretty good job of trying to get their 13th win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Kaprizov is fine. In that last shift, he was on there for quite a bit. I think if there were issues when they were skating back to their zone, he probably would have gone to the bench and been like, oh, nope, not good. The fact that he went the lengths of the ice, got involved in the defensive plays, like I said in right before you gave your thoughts, I think that was kind of almost like mental warfare against Edmonton, where it's like he's fine and he's playing this last play in this last shift. So like, what else you got, sort of thing. Could you imagine if Evander Kane was in this game? By the way, holy, well, Hartman healthy. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Vander Kane is going to be out for he probably won't be back until playoffs, assuming the Oilers make the playoffs. But imagine the tempers flaring if he was in this one.
And not only did Kirill skate on that final few seconds of
he got involved in
the
that
second.
scrum at the end.
Yeah, he threw a hit too. Like he came onto the ice, and the first thing that he did was go and throw a hit. So I'm thinking, like, I know the big area that everybody was looking at was knee. I'm kind of wondering if it was more of a hip.
I said hip.
Yeah,
because it didn't look egregious or dirty at all. Didn't look like his knee was out there. And then he didn't grab his knee. He grabbed his hip. And maybe it was just high thigh Charlie horse, and you're just like, oh, like he's got that like shooting pain. The nerve got hit, and then you just really just need to walk it off.
Yeah, you just got to
simple as it. Like it's gonna be a nasty bruise tomorrow, but for the meantime, walk it off.
Yeah, that's preferable to any sort of knee damage. So we'll take it.
How good has Freddie Gaudreau been this season? Honestly, especially on that third line where he has had to be the man when Hartman has not been next to him.
Well, and this is kind of one of the things that I said going into the season is don't be surprised if Gaudreau gets back to kind of where he had been at before last season.
He looks
because
even
number
better,
one,
to be honest.
Yeah. Number one, he's healthy. And number two, I think he's slotting into more of a natural role. And because of what happened last year, the expectations for him were just way lower going into the year. And so he's had plenty of improvement in his game, or just getting back to kind of where he was. And all of a sudden now you look and he's the anchor of that third line. He is the anchor point of that third line with the line mates kind of coming and going, and he's making plays. He's setting things up, and he's a huge part of one of the reasons that this Wild team is off to the start that they are, because he was one of the guys that you needed more from this year, and he certainly has given that so far this year.
We got a question here from Hot Takes, and again, big shout out to Scott Young again, gifting the 5 memberships on the chat. I think we've had 3 members. That was the highest we've ever had on this channel, and now we have 5, which brings us to 7 now because I think someone canceled. But we got to do more stuff for our members now that we have them. But thank you so much, Scott Young. Hot Takes. Why did Hines start Gustafsson last 5 times? Dallas, Montreal, Anaheim, Blues, and Chicago, and finally moves Fleury to Fleury. Why not give him the start against some of the bad teams and give Gus harder games? I mean, I think Gus has gotten some of the harder games. It's not like they're just giving Fleury the easy games. But tonight was curious. Especially since the Flames, they probably could have given Fleury the Flames and it would have been fine. I think it just maybe honestly, and this is just my opinion, I think, and we'll get Seth's opinion next, that they probably would have liked to start Gustafsson, and maybe he was just like, give me a fucking break. Like give me one game off, I'll come back, like you want to ride your goaltender who's hot, but you also have to talk with the goaltending coach and him to see if his body can literally handle the load, and if he needs a night off, okay, this is one that I would like to see Gustafsson, the better goalie out of the 2 in there, because Edmonton is more dangerous than the Flames. So I get that, but that's the only thing I can really think of, is that he just, quite frankly, just needed a break because they've been riding him pretty hard.
Yeah, I know it was pointed out in the broadcast that Fleury has good numbers against the Oilers in his career, but can we agree that is a weird thing to key in on in hockey because of the amount of turnover that happens on a year-to-year basis? It is something, but I do think you're on the right track as to why. Gustafsson has started 77% of the games for the Wild so far this season. And if you play that out over a 82-game schedule, that's something like 66 starts, which is a lot. And I think you've got Winnipeg coming up on Monday. That'll be a Gus start, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think it just, with how strenuous this season has been so far.
And how many games he's played compared to Fleury so far?
I think it was just a situation where it's like, look,
14-4.
I need a night.
Yeah.
I just need a night.
Yeah. No, yeah, Hartman's looked tremendous in the last game and this one. Scored his 4th goal in the last game and scored his 2nd assist in this one. So 6 points now on the season. Fleury in the Wild own Edmonton. Yeah, no, great point, Ron. Like he was hurt. I mean, a lot of this team was playing hurt last year, and you saw that they weren't playing to their best. Not only that, he was very buried on a similar role to this year. However, this year he's kind of just stepped up to be like, all right, since there's no offense at all, again, that's when he's not with Foligno or Hartman. When they're all together, that's actually a pretty fun line. But if there's no, and in fairness, Foligno he's been scoring a little bit, but not enough. Long and the short of it, when I think you just kind of realize that, okay, I'm healthy now, and he actually has some skill, and he's pretty quick when he's healthy. The hockey IQ has always been there. And especially getting some looks with Rossi on that second power play unit too. I think he's just kind of be like, I'm just gonna step up, and it showed. Like he's playing with so much confidence right now, and there was no confidence last year at all. And a big hit can rattle you that way.
Yeah, and it's tough, especially if you are hurt and you can't do what you normally can. So you try to overcompensate in some other ways, and it just
or play just super reserved and not take chances, right?
Yeah, and it just didn't work out last year, but that's why I think it was so big to change the mindset of this team and the mentality and just treat last year like last year and move on to this year. And they've been ready to roll since the first puck drop of the season.
All right, before we let you go, Seth, Boldy, all he needs is the assist to get the Gordie Howe hat trick. Does he get the assist on Caprizov empty netter or just a assist? Because Zuccarello's not here to get the assist on that one, so will it be Boldy?
It'll be the Kaprizov empty netter to seal it, and I do think Edmonton gets one more, but I'm going to say the Wild win 6-3.
Oh, so my original, and there you go, Hockey from Home. She was going to ask what your score prediction was. Mine was 4-3 coming into this one. I got it right against the Blues yesterday, but like I said, I would have, 4-3. That was mine. But I would rather the Edmonton Oilers not score another one personally.
I'd be fine with that. I mean, I'd be fine with 5-2. Edmonton's offense is one that worries me, and you can be playing pretty damn good in net, and they can still find ways to get past you. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, but with the way this defense is played, the way the goaltending has been so far this season, I'd love 5-2. I'd love 6-2. I'd love 10-2.
What? Shoot, you see the freaking what's going on in Tampa?
Yeah,
what a crazy barn burner that is.
Ended up 7-6 in OT.
Jeez.
Dino and the boys picked up the win over the TBL. Who had all the goals?
Gaudreau value to Everson has gone up. Time to straight trade for other Kirill. I mean, his value is certainly up there. And maybe at the deadline they do want to get some more offense, and he's that one roster player that they sweeten, then they yet sweeten to bring someone in. But anyways, Seth, where can everybody find you, and what do you got coming up on Locked On Wild this week, or what can people go back and watch?
We have, as I have been getting acclimated to my new digs. Obviously, we're getting back into the full swing of things here as much as we can. We'll have a postcast tonight after the game, and we are just continuing to look at the start for this season. We'll get John Hines' takes after the game with the Three Things recap. So a lot coming up, but hey, compared to where we were at last year, I am all for it, and I hope that this continues. I mean, we're a week out, and we're a week out from Thanksgiving, and this Wild team is in second in the Central because of how good Winnipeg has been, but they have the second most points in the entire Western Conference. Like, what's not to love about what this Wild team has done? And the more they play like this, the more they're going to continue to add to their arsenal. So it's been a fun season, and I got to give a lot of credit to John Hines for pushing as many buttons as he has to put this team in the right position to win all these games. Absolutely.
Wild taking icing right now, Seth. So we'll bid you adieu. Thank you so much for hopping on, and can't wait for the next one, guys. Go support his stuff. Locked On Wild And we know the chat loves having you here in between periods as well, so appreciate it.
Peace.
Seth Topo, Locked On Wild. Ladies and gentlemen, go support his YouTube channel. Go support his podcast. Podcast dropping every single day. It has to be the best start in 25 years. It has to be. It feels like it. It feels like it. Certainly since I've been covering the Wild more closely, but since, I've been a hockey nerd and NHL nerd as well throughout my childhood and youth. And yeah, I cannot remember a start this good for the Wild. Maybe like the one season throughout, but even this good. Like I said, like there've been some good starts this season, but this good, like, shit. All right, kind of a slow start here. Edmonton was attacking early as Seth was concluding there. Again, big shout to everybody in the live chat here. The the poll question remains, since the Minnesota Wild have only had one power play here tonight and unable to score on it. All right, face off to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury, and Edmonton wins that face off clean, but puck trickles out to the neutral zone. Again, just want to say a big shout out to everybody in the live chat here, everyone who's been hanging out with us, everyone who just joined us, and a nice save by Fleury. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 20 likes on the video. If we're already there, let's hit up 25. I should open up a YouTube tab and check on the poll question here in a moment too. But we're growing these watch parties. We do like 5 to 6 of them every single month. We're going to start doing more and more of them. I will post December's tomorrow or over the weekend. Edmonton winning the face-off again, but ref going to call false start. Wait, wrong sport. But we're growing our stream community here. Big shout out to everybody who supports Judd's Buds and Wildly Informed as well. And thank you so much, Tammy, for hanging out with us too. Wild finally win the face-off here up the right side. Top line out there. And good job by Edmonton keeping that a puck in the neutral zone. Good job by the Oilers chasing the Wild all the way back to their own zone. Puck bounces up way high. And Wild, they're going to ice it. Pretty much the best start in franchise history. Amazing. Thank you, Tammy. I don't think that's the case. Maybe Spoked Z. Maybe Spoked Z is better than Mr. Beast. Don Cherry agrees. Thank you, Tammy. I'm excited for Tammy. I'm excited for you to check out more of what this channel offers because I think you'll really dig it. Man, so many pucks just out of play, up and around. What is going on here? What a choppy start. This has been a choppy game. Like, we're 2 hours and 12 minutes into this broadcast, and we have still over 15 minutes of play on the clock. $18-17. Oh my God! And someone gets tossed from the face-off again here. Freaking McDavid got tossed from the face-off. And the puck trickles all the way into the Edmonton zone. No icing. Hey, what's up, sis? Good to see you. How's Hoppy tonight? I think he's doing good. 18 minutes. Wild. Send it up the left side, but right to an Edmonton player, but he can't handle it. And Caprizov. Oh, shout out to Quick Trip. Greatest thing on the planet. Caprizov with it. Caprizov leaves it back for the defenseman. No, sis. I don't do drugs. Oh, Caprizov with a backhand. Doesn't get it on net. Edmonton. Bumped by Middleton there. Great job by Middleton. Middleton's had a tremendous game. Middleton, Foligno in particular, guys. Kyle's been good. Super busy, Andrew. Been working on his album. Battle of Alberta, Calgary versus Edmonton. Those are fun games to always watch. Sis, they're one of the best teams in the West. One of the best teams in the Central Division. Because the Wild are making it tough for him to score, and Fleury's had some tremendous saves. And that third line is back out on the ice for the Wild. They've done tremendous thus far in this game. Our Lord and Savior, Freddie Gaudreau, out there and breaking up a pass from that top line is Middleton. Middleton, right side. Foligno battling on the boards. Foligno gets it. Up to the Wild. Wild are able to get a change, and everyone separates. A nice pass, tic-tac-toe, and a great save by Skinner. Trying to send that back up through the slot, but getting bulldozed there was Marco Rossi, but Marco Rossi ends up with the puck on the left side. Of course he does. It's Marco Rossi. Johansson, back to the blue line, back to Johansson. Johansson behind the net. Johansson, look for a man. Back to the blue line. Around the boards. Chisholm. Down the wall. Johansson trying to keep this puck in. He can't keep it in. And Bogosian sends it back to center. Declan Chisholm back. Bogosian up the right side. Intercepted by Edmonton. Fleury makes the save. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Wild. Wild are going to go on the PK for the first time this game. And Rossi taking another hit in front of the net. Snowing in the Cleveland game. Man, sis, that would be crazy if they did, because I saw them barely squeaking into the playoffs. And Ryan Hartman, 2 minutes for a holding. You jinxed it, Ron. You jinxed it, Ron. You jinxed it, Ron. Yeah, I mean, that was a clear holding for Ryan Hartman. You see that fame 23 headbutts allowed? No. I'm a little down for school. My bullies, but you made my day. Thank you. Oh, no problem, Tammy. Fuck bullies. Edmonton on the power play here. First penalty kill for the Wild. And the Wild are able to get that puck into the offensive zone. Pressuring here shorthanded was Eriksson Ek. 1 minute and 35 seconds. Fleury leaves that puck for one of the penalty killers, and a great job clearing it. Stuart Skinner almost had to skate to the friggin' blue line to make a pass there. Wild, tremendous penalty kill thus far. And the Oilers' power play hasn't been that great, despite having Draisaitl and McDavid out there. Draisaitl looking. Nugent Hopkins. Oh, nice block. Beautiful, beautiful. It's exactly your vibe. Fame 23. Okay. Sounds good, Tammy. I'm going to go for a run after the game, then go to bed. Oilers set up again. Oilers left side. McDavid spins back to the blue line. Back to McDavid. McDavid with a pass. One too many, perhaps. And that puck goes the length of the ice. 31 seconds left in the power play for the Edmonton Oilers. So far, great kill for Minnesota. And I would say the kill for Minnesota has been better this year overall than the power play, but Minnesota really needs... The only thing they really do need to polish, I guess the two things, is secondary scoring and special teams. But so far tonight, the penalty kill has looked tremendous. One last rush here for Edmonton. 5 seconds on the clock. Can they get through the neutral zone? They can, but Trennan ends up picking the pocket. And Minnesota's going to get a change. Great PK. Great PK for Minnesota. Second line gets back out there. 13:30 on the clock. Puck around the boards. Chisholm comes out from behind the net with it, sends it to somebody at center. Rossi has it. Johansson's look great here tonight. Johansson carries it down low. 2-on-1. Edmonton comes away with it, but Rossi, beautiful job by Rossi, swooping in. Hartman with a shot from the blue line. Rossi with it again. Dude, he's so good, man. Rossi back to the right side for Spurgeon, up the circles. Hartman tried to find Johansson, a shot from the blue line. Hartman with it. Hartman around the boards. Johansson sends to the Rossi on the left side. Rossi. Oh, we tried to find Hartman there. Spurgeon back to Hartman. Look at the second line set up here. Rossi along the wall. Rossi back to the blue line. Chisholm sends it around. Wild are going to start changing. Wow, what an opportunity there for that second line, and great job by Rossi. There was a fight tonight, but it wasn't a great fight. Edmonton has it behind Fleury. Wild fighting for it. Wild blowing a tire there. And nice passing for the Oilers. Unable to get that pass from the right side on clean. If they would have, they probably would have gotten a goal. Puck trickles out to the neutral zone. Stripped of the puck there, and Edmonton still has it. Blue line sends it left side. Shot. That goes wide, and puck trickles out again. Looks like both teams are going to change. There's a fight at the end of a football game. Damn. That's the one thing football lacks, which is why I'll never be a football fan. Not allowed to fight. You have these incredible athletes, you're not allowed to fight. It's crazy, man. Same with basketball. Draisaitl back to the blue line. Shot. Doesn't even get through traffic. Up and out of play. And we're going to go to a TV timeout almost halfway through this period. 11:18 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Again, great penalty kill from the Wild. You got to think that's given them a little bit momentum. And that second line, too. That second line, Hartman, Rossi, and Johansson have looked tremendous thus far. There was been like 200 fights season in practice. Okay, why can't we just watch practices and not boring ass games then, sis? Why do they give us the worst product? You know what I mean? Why are we forced to watch a terrible product versus just having cameras at practice then? KQ, the Oilers suck. I don't know if they suck, but the Minnesota Wild definitely exposing their holes here tonight. McDavid unable to do anything really. And on the power play, it's funny. You wouldn't expect the Oilers power play to not be good this season, but it is. Statistically coming into this one, Brett said it on the Wildly Informed show on Wednesday. Seth said it in second intermission, and we just saw it there. How's it going, KQ? How's your evening going? Keep the comments coming, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Will the Minnesota Wild get another power play here tonight, and will they score? Vote in the poll question. Vote in the poll question. Guys, we do various watch parties every single month. We'll get the December games scheduled this weekend, tomorrow or Saturday, so be on the lookout for those. Oh, thank you, Tammy. You're far too kind. Appreciate you.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Monday we stream on the channel. Wednesday we stream on the channel, and we try to fit at least one watch party every week as well. Good, man. Good. Busy day. Got gonna squeeze in either a workout or a little bit of work after this game, and then hit the hay. But I'm just happy that Freddie Gaudreau, not only this season, but even in this game, has been playing well. And I mean, guys, this game would have been 4-2 if not for Marc-Andre Fleury tried to play a little T-ball there in the first period. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Good to see you, KQ. Good to see you. 11:20 on the clock. And the Wild looking to regain possession. Puck behind the net. Edmonton trying to get that back to the blue line, but they don't. And instead, it's Caprizov spinning backwards there, trying to evade one of the Oilers. That's two. That's three Oilers. They get it back. Blue line shot. Doesn't get through to Marc-Andre. Boldy backhand. Round two, another backhand by Boldy to try to get that puck up and high into the neutral zone. He succeeds, but Edmonton, they're going to bring it back, slow things down. 10 minutes and 34 seconds. And Middleton trying to shut down Draisaitl, but Draisaitl was able to find his man who brought it in front of the net, but back into the right corner. Foligno sends it up. Foligno now. Middleton with it. Middleton right side. 2-on-1. Middleton with a shot. And Freddie Gaudreau. Freddie Gaudreau with the backhand, and he scores. Freddie Gaudreau can do no wrong. Freddie Gaudreau, our Lord and Savior. Freddie motherfucking Gaudreau. Freddie Gaudreau now with his Third goal of the season, second of the night, third point. He can do no wrong, ladies and gentlemen. He can do no wrong. Second goal of the night, third point, ladies and gentlemen. I had it 4-1, but Fleury had to do it. He had to do it. Freddie Gaudreau, and what? Oh, it wasn't backhand. Okay, I thought it was backhand. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. We finally needed some depth scoring. And Skinner gave that rebound right up to Freddie Gaudreau. We asked for scoring from the bottom six, and Freddie Gaudreau said, I'll fucking carry this team on my back. Our Lord and Savior, Freddie Gaudreau, ladies and gentlemen. He can skate. He can score. Motherfucking probably can walk on water. Oh my God. 12th point of the season for Freddie Gaudreau. Unbelievable. Let's go. OL5, wow. I did not expect 5 goals for the Minnesota Wild tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable stuff. It has been an absolute beatdown every time the Wild play the Oilers for a long, long time, says Wes Walls. Which, by the way, Wes Walls was on the last Fellowship of the Rink show. So check it out, full episode. Eric Vigo of Go for Puck Live, Spoke Z, and Wes Walls all featured on the last Fellowship of the Rink. So check it out. Big shout out to everybody in the live chat. Thank you guys so much for joining. We live stream every week, Monday and Wednesday, with live podcasts and interactive shows with you guys in the chat. And then I try to sneak in 1 to 2 of these watch parties every week as well. This will be the last one we stream in November, but I'll get all of December's streams up this weekend. Freddie Hattrick, I promise. How amazing would that be? But a big shout out to everybody who's joining us on YouTube. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Not only does this channel host live streams and watch parties, we post full episodes of our podcast, the video versions, original content, craft beer content, as well as clips of the podcast every single day. We post like 2 to 3 videos every single day on the channel, plus live streams, guys. So if you're a Minnesota Wild fan, if you're a hockey fan, if you're an NHL Prospects fan, and hell, if you like beer as well, this channel is for you. Let's go, big up. Tammy saying, I promise it will be Freddie. Let's go. I hope so. What a fun game. What a fun game to cover, ladies and gentlemen. And we said it, Brett and I, we asked the bottom six. We asked them bottom six to do more, and look what's going on. I guess the only thing, I mean, I would love a Huznadinov goal or assist, but who knows if that's going to happen at this point. Wow. Unbelievable, wild game. Not weird, ladies and gentlemen. 7-2. You think 2 more goals? I mean, there's 9 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. Yeah, I don't bet, Tammy. I don't bet. Well, not as much as you, apparently. Tammy's dropping $100, $50. If you are going to bet, you should use our friends at Better Edge, by the way. BetterEdge.com/SodaPod. Claim your $20 today. 26 shots on net for the Edmonton Oilers, 24 for your Minnesota Wild, 5-2 for the Wild there. What a goal by Freddie Gaudreau. Top line back out on the ice right now, just outside of the Edmonton zone. Edmonton wins the faceoff. Edmonton's been winning more faceoffs here late in the game. Wild in the Wild zone. Edmonton takes the puck into the Wild zone. Wild forced backwards. Able to break that up, and Caprizov skates that one in offside. You can, Tammy. You can. And again, speaking of donations, a big shout out to our friend Scott Young, who gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate you. 9 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. Kind of looks like Kirill wearing completely iced out chain under the jersey. I'm going to look out for that now. Nine minutes, 16 seconds on the clock, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty called on the Wild here. Hooking call on who's Nadinov? Oh, no. Yeah, that's a clear hook. The one guy I want to see get a little offense here, the one guy who Brett and I were carving a little bit last night, taking the penalty. Been pretty disciplined most of the season. This is the second penalty that Huzadinov has took in 19 games, so not going to rag on him too much here, but still putting Edmonton up. Even though it's a pretty big hill for Edmonton to climb, Minnesota back on the PK again in this third period. In the chat, Tammy, you see the little chat? There's a little money sign next to the chat where you can donate. 8 minutes and 53 seconds in the period. Wild do a good job of sending that puck down the length of the ice. 1 minute and 33 seconds on the clock. Bouchard sends it back to McDavid. McDavid races through the Wild zone. McDavid leaves it for the blue line. Another pass broken up, and that's going to go up and out of play. We are going to get a face-off here in the Wild zone. 1 minute and 22 seconds on the clock for the Wild's power, or for the Edmonton Oilers power play. And yeah, they're showing Draisaitl's goals here. Let me tell you, the goal that was scored on Marc-Andre Fleury didn't look like that. I'll tell you that much. All right, and Oilers win the face-off, but Wild, they're on them here, pressuring them on the boards. McDavid able to keep that puck in. Ekholm back to McDavid. Ekholm. Right side, Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking to find that back door. Doesn't, but McDavid sends it back to Ekholm. Ekholm, fake shot. Draisaitl just with a shot, trying to go low. And a great job by Fleury, and the Wild deflected down the lengths of the ice. Great PK. Great PK. And great job by Marc-Andre Fleury finding that one. 42 seconds on the clock is one last rush for the Oilers. One last rush for the Oilers. If you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, come over to YouTube, guys. Faber trying to poke that one away. Faber, Middleton. Oilers keep this in. They send it down the length of the ice and around the boards. And a great job by Lauko. Lauko able to separate the man from the puck. And Lauko going all the way down the ice. And 10 seconds left on the Oilers power play. I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it here. Oilers. Okay, they bring it in the offensive zone. 3-on-1. They lose it. Wild send it back down the ice one more time. And Eck now pressuring Wild back to full strength. Empty net, Freddie. PK, amazing job. 2 for 2 on the PK for the Minnesota Wild. They can't score on the power play, but whatever. They got a good PK in the bottom 6 is scoring 5-on-5. I don't think Fleury's going to score. Bogosian, Caprizov, 2-on-1. Caprizov tries to pass right, broken up. Skinner still was forced to make a save. The island's not named Kyle Hockey from home. You know this. Come on, Hockey. You know this. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. You know this, Hockey. I already told you the name of the island. And a pass and a shot by Hartman. That is saved. Hey, what's up, CG? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Oh, and Boldy took a pucker stick high. Uh-oh. Boldy might have to get stitched up. I don't know where that happened, but Boldy apparently is going to the dressing room to get stitched up here. He got a cut above his left eyebrow, I think. Faber on a milk carton? What are you talking about? 6 minutes and 31 seconds on the clock. Where are you from, CG? 6 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Puck just dropped. Puck back in the Wild zone. Wild, good pass into the neutral zone, and Rossi just sends it in deep. Hey, let's go, GC. My old stomping grounds. 5 minutes and 57. Middleton. I was going to break out, but waits for the Wild to make a change back to Faber. And turning it over was Faber. Looking for a pass to the left side, and Fleury was out of his net there. That would have been bad. Trying to center here is Edmonton and unable to get that rebound. Edmonton has it, though. Ekholm. Back to the left side. Shot outside the circle. That's a clear rebound. I don't know if that was on a player's post or friggin' skate or something, but regardless, Minnesota gets it in the zone, and we're going to have an offside call. Milcarton has been missing, not noticeable. Oh, Faber has been far from missing in this game, dude. Far from missing in this game. Yeah, no, not... Okay, well, if that's what it means, then wholeheartedly disagree. May not be leading in minutes, but he's second on the back end. Only to Brodin, who has had 21. Faber's 1950. And him and Middleton have been playing a lot tonight. And I would say Middleton's been the best defenseman tonight for sure. But no, Faber's been... He's been Faber, man. He's been good. So he's a defenseman? Are we really judging defensemen on points when he's been clearly their best defenseman all year? 4 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock. Less ice time because he doesn't have to carry. And he's been clearly their best defenseman all year. I don't know how that makes him invisible at all. 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Draisaitl tried to bring it in. And a nice job by the Wild on the back or behind the net for breaking that up. Caprizov around the left side. Yeah, because Chisholm's in the lineup. If Chisholm wasn't in the lineup, he wouldn't be PP number 1. And they needed to change something up because he was honestly him and Caprizov were like the only ones really setting anything up, and everyone kept knowing it was, every team could see it's going back to Faber. It's going back to Faber. Again, I've watched every single game, CG. I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. If you think Faber's having a bad season or being a milk carton invisible, it's just incorrect. But I'm actually glad he's off that PP1 because we need him more on 5-on-5. 3 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock. And a nice job by Ekholm. Ekholm separating the man from the puck here. Freddie Gaudreau loses it. The one time Freddie Gaudreau did wrong. But Freddie Gaudreau, great game. Foligno, great game. Honestly, the bottom six has been good. 3 minutes. Edmonton trying to force their way out. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you clearly haven't watched all the games this year if you think that what you're alluding to in the chat is that he's been having a worse year. Oh, absolutely. I never said no. GC, CG. We're going to a TV timeout. But again, you must not be watching the game if you think that he's a milk carton because he has no points. Actually, I know you're not watching the game if you think that. No comeback for EB1. That's like thinking Evan Bouchard's good form secondary assist from McDavid and Leon. Yes. Rest in peace, Johnny Gaudreau. No, I think overall all of the defense for the Wild this season has been great. I mean, Bogosian, obviously the one standout who hasn't been amazing. He's been fine in his role, especially with the revolving door of Chisholm some nights, Merrill others, and I mean, hopefully we see more of Damon Hunt this year as well. You forgot the best one, by the way, CG. You forgot the best defenseman in the league, Quinn Hughes. That's not what I said. You have to actually, you got to clean those Stanley Cups out of your ears, CG. That's not what I said. I said, assuming that a defenseman is playing bad because they have no points is a bad take. That's what I said. Put Spurgeon back on PP1. I don't know. I think Chisholm's been fine. If anything, Faber, no, he's on the second unit, is he not? I think Faber has been fine on the first power play. He's not the reason the first power play has been suffering, because even with Chisholm on the first power play on the back end, they haven't really been scoring either. I think a lot of teams have just been realizing that he's been the one who's been really good on the power play moving the puck, and they've just started crowding him, and they need to adjust. Yes, McDavid is in. Go Flames. Yeah, Quinn Hughes is the best defenseman in the league, CG. And what does he have? Oh, weird. He has points. Are the Canucks your team, CG, since you're out west? He's played more than 2 games this season. CG just wants to be a hater on Faber even though he doesn't watch the games. And I'll stand corrected if CG is like the only Minnesota fan on Vancouver Island. Because I've only known one. 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Again, I didn't say that, dude. I didn't say that. You're trying to twist my words. You're trying to troll. Empty net here. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Edmonton moving the puck on the left side. And a nice block shot. The second one doesn't get through. Faber's a great player. CG, and he's had a great season. Watch the games and you'll see, my man. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. He's had an awesome game. Awesome season thus far. Actually, good game, not awesome. Middleton's had an awesome game. Shot by Edmonton. That, I think, rings off the side of the net, goes up and high. Oh, you're trolling. You're trolling. You from Minnesota and working out west or what? 2 minutes on the clock left. 29 shots for the Edmonton Oilers. 26 for the Wild. Faber looks like he's in some discomfort on the bench there after blocking one of those shots. And we got a timeout here. It's so weird to see Glenn Gullickson behind the bench. He's been everywhere. Need one more McDavid point. Tammy, we're not going to end the stream. The game's still on, Tammy. By the way, guys, big shout out to everybody in the live chat here tonight. Appreciate you guys. We've had an awesome crowd. Wild fans, Edmonton fans, just straight up hockey fans as well. And if you guys are new to the channel, we're going to be doing a lot more of these streams. So CG from Victoria, like myself, Wild fan, igniting some conversation. I love it. Hope to see you on the next stream too, buddy. 5-2 for the Minnesota Wild. That trade for Middleton might just be as good as the Fiala trade. I don't think we can say that just yet, but so far, damn good trade. 1 minute and 53 seconds. Ekholm up the left side. Passing to center. Great job by the Wild. They intercepted that pass. Fired the puck up center. Saved by Edmonton. Edmonton down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl fired. Doesn't get through. Nice, dude. Yeah, I lived in Calgary for a few years. And Nugent Hopkins looking for a shot and a nice save. Oh, it actually wound up wide. He didn't even make the save. 1 minute and 12 seconds. Which team has no depth? 1 minute and 5 seconds. GC is like pissed off that his team is winning. That's why I think he's trolling. He's not actually a Wild fan, especially being out in Victoria. 53 seconds on the clock. Back in the Wild zone, 44 seconds. $37. Bouchard along the boards. 2-on-3. Puck trickles back to the blue line. Shot. Saved by Fleury. Fleury's flapping around there. And Edmonton scores. Fleury doing his thing, man. Just kind of flailing around there. Hartman gets in the net, and Edmonton scores. They make this 5-3. I would say like depth scoring, they don't have a lot of depth scoring. The bottom six doesn't score much at all. They have tonight. But as far as being a deep team and hard to play against, it's proven based on what we've seen this season that they're good. And I didn't expect them to be this good. But even on defense, when you have two guys to come in for injury who are not the best players, but who are fine and seemingly doing good this season. Kakkonen, a 5th round pick for top 4D is pretty good. True. But it ain't Faber Urov good just yet. Oh, come on. No one is jealous of Minnesota these days. What's up, David? Good to see you. Yes, Swerve's in Calgary. I mean, no, the 5-on-5 stats beg to differ, CG. I see. This is why CG's not a fan of this team. He's trolling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more shot from Edmonton. Doesn't get through. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. 5-3 for your Minnesota Wild. Game started off a little rocky with Marc-Andre Fleury thinking he was in batting practice, not in a hockey game here. Then we had Foligno's goal be called off. Then it kind of was like back and forth in the second period. And despite going on the PK twice in this third, the Wild come out on top. Their PK is good. Their power play obviously needs a lot of work. But so far, so good. Even having to shuffle lines mid-game. I thought Foligno played excellent. I thought Middleton played excellent. Spurgeon played good. And Freddie Gaudreau, my top star of the night. Let us older guys who can't type so fast get in. No, McDavid didn't get the goal. Please stop spamming the chat, Tammy. Please stop spamming the chat. Wild defense are elite. One of the lowest goals against in the NHL. Yep. We talked about that on Wildly Informed. Brett went over the numbers. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, again, you keep moving the argument. This is some straw man ass trolling here from CG. Again, no. So now you're arguing. So what's your argument, CJ? What's your argument? Are we talking this year? We're talking last year? You keep moving the argument around here, CJ. His goaltending stats are amazing, but again, you're not looking at the 5-on-5 stats. You're not looking at Middleton's Faber stats. So you're arguing with no ammunition here, CJ, and you keep moving the posts around. You're not a fan. You're trolling. We're talking about this season. No meaningful hockey for years. Okay, yeah, agreed. When was last playoffs? Not last year, the year before. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this year. So what do you want to talk about, CJ? You see or CJ, you're CG. You see what I mean here? You're trying to get the upper hand on so many things, which is fine. You want to get the upper hand on this one. You're not even getting the upper hand. We agree with you. But are we talking about this season, which is what you started the conversation off? So that's I'm confused here. Are we talking about this season? Are we talking about the last 5 years? Solid win for the boys. What's up, Creepy Colors? Good to see you. Good win for the Wild. See you later, Tammy. CG, hopefully your team makes the playoffs. I think he's a Canucks fan. No, I don't hate you at all, Tammy. I just said please don't spam because you kept saying don't end the stream, don't end the stream. The game's over, so we're gonna end the stream soon here. We love having you here, Tammy. We just don't want you to spam. Oh, I'm chill. I think you're the one who's a little. This is what I thought. CG right now, he's that Arthur meme where he's like grabbing his fist. He's like, oh, why I oughta. This guy keeps calling me out for moving the goalposts. You're a hockey fan. I'm a hockey fan too. Nice win, suffocated them in the third. Like and subscribe. Well, thank you. Yes, guys, smash that like button and subscribe. Fun game, back and forth, which was good. I loved seeing those head-to-head shifts with McDavid and Caprizov out there on the ice. Appreciate you, CG. Just as Stout as a Wild fan too for 24 years, but it is what it is. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, I will be posting the December schedule. So all the games that we will be covering in December, I will post so you'll see them ahead of time. Back next Monday for a live stream, back next Wednesday for a live stream, and we'll try to sneak one in Tuesday and Thursday as well. But like I said, schedule will be posted tonight and tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button and subscribe. We not only hold these watch parties and stream and interact with all you amazing folks in the live chat, but we also post full podcast episodes. We also post clips from the podcasts. We also post shorts, original content, and more. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. Another good win for the Wild. They obviously have a tough one coming up against Winnipeg on Monday, but Calgary, a very winnable game, especially if Gustafsson gets back in the net. Peace, buddy. Thank you so much. Second in the league is crazy. The other teams know we're missing 15 mil, right? How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And again, based on how last year went, I didn't think they were going to be this good this year. I didn't think that the defense would be this sound this year. The guys who were scoring, I knew were going to score. But yeah, the 5-on-5 has been nothing short of outstanding. And the defense too, with how deep they have been and how awesome it has looked. Let me get this up on screen here. So like I said, guys, we'll get all of December's schedule up. As you can see, these are all of November's. We got them all up early. Every Monday, Judd's Buds. Every Wednesday, Wildly Informed. And then we squeeze in watch parties as well. This is just live streams, ladies and gentlemen. This is just live streams. If you go to videos, we post every single day. Look at 2 videos a day. Full episode of the Fellowship of the Rink show, full episodes of Judd's Buds, original content as well. There's something for everybody here on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have not subscribed, please do so and check out all the content. We are also wherever you get your podcasts from, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Find us there as well. We post podcasts every weekday. Tomorrow, Wildly Informed will be posted as well. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the new folks in the live chat. This has been awesome. I know we're like a Wild-based channel, but hockey at large is what we're all about. As a lot of us here aren't Minnesota Wild fans first and foremost. We just have a vetting interest in this team where we cover this team. But it's a good mix of contributors under this network. People who are Wild fans who are from here, people who grew up without the Wild and, before 2000, like Hoppy, who was a Pittsburgh fan. Then the Wild, obviously, Minnesota got a team again, and he obviously follows the Wild. Me being from the West Coast, where I grew up with the Vancouver Canucks as my team, and then have started the Sota pod, and now I'm here in Minnesota. So we have and Spoke Z, who loves the Wild, kind of random, loves the Wild and loves NHL prospects, but he's from Boston. So we just have a big mix of different perspectives and different angles to talk about this sport as we cover it this season, talk about it on the podcast, and react to it live here. Wild can take the division, but not seeing a cup like Vancouver. Well, Vancouver is honestly, they got more issues than the Wild. They still don't have Demko. JT Miller, obviously out due to some personal issues. Just getting Joshua back in the lineup, it's tough. Vancouver's, it's been tough sledding. Whew, that's cold. It was 20 Fahrenheit here today. I'm a Toronto fan mainly, but they're never winning. The fact that we're friends, hot takes, just shows that even a Toronto fan and myself can be cordial. That's it for the stream, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll be back next week for more watch parties. Back next week for more Judd's Buds back next week for Wildly Informed. But 2 more videos dropping tomorrow. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Wild win 5-3, ladies and gentlemen. And easy win against Calgary and fun game on Monday against Winnipeg. Let's get past one of the big teams in our division here. Let's get past Winnipeg on Monday. We'll talk about all that and more on the shows coming this week. 4 Nations, my take on that. I'm excited. I would rather see, if there's going to be play to disrupt a season or before a season, I would rather see the Olympics. Knock on wood, nobody gets hurt, but it should be a lot of fun, and I love international play, but I'm more of an Olympics guy overall. See you later, Tammy. See you later. And if you want to hear more on our 4 Nations Talk PL, by the way, not last episode of Wildly Informed, but the one before that, we actually had an extensive 4 Nations talk on this episode here. So I'll share it in the chat for you. We had a lot of 4 Nations talk on this chat. Should be 5 nations. All right, guys, that's it for me. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.